Achromatic Chronicles is a 220-page graphic novel that is suitable for all ages. Discover how John develops a unique relationship that is surrounded in mystery. This relationship takes him on an adventure where he discovers that he does have purpose and value in this world. Don't wait. Pick up Achromatic Chronicles today. We're only selling this for a limited time, so don't wait.
So me and Steph are like watching Beardo Live right now, and we're watching Shrek at the same time, and we're just like posting all of like the Shrek quotes. So someone said to go throw an onion. Who was it that said that? Was it the bottom?
The Red Ranger.
Oh yeah, the Red Ranger said go throw an onion at Steph. So we're about to
at Beardo.
Sorry, Steph's gonna go throw an onion at Beardo Live. So let's see how that works. Okay, half an onion.
Half an onion.
How's this gonna go? Let's see.
And holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you guys are gonna fucking believe me. I just got hit with the fucking red onion.
Stop giving fat suits awards. We want better representation in Hollywood. Hashtag let's change beauty.
Bro, I knew I was going to end up hitting that stupid crap or whatever the fuck that thing was.
Do that side. Ew!
Oh my god.
What the
Nasty.
fuck? Oh man.
Fight milk.
That
Damn,
was
Jeremy.
bullshit right there. What the fuck?
Damn, Jeremy.
What's going on? It's Tuesday night's main event. A little early this week, but we had to accommodate a big celebrity legal mindset. He basically said it was part of his rules, so we had to change the schedule. So if you're missing half the show, blame him. Just kidding.
Yes,
So-
yes. I'm sorry. I'm glad to be the first Asian identifying lawyer on Tuesday Night Main Event. I appreciate you guys are allowing for my my representation of my identity as a trans Korean. I appreciate it.
We're breaking through glass ceilings.
Yes.
We've already had plenty of gay people on, so you're good with that one.
Oh yeah, we fit right in, Ryan. Me and you, we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hello everyone. It is Tuesday night's main event at our new starting time. So I know that probably everyone didn't catch last week where we said we're going to start moving the time up just a little bit. But here we are. We got a lot to talk about. We got a great guest tonight. I was just on with Andrew over in his channel last week. We had a lot of fun. It was a good discussion, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. As always, we're joined by Ryan Kennel from RK Outpost.
Yeah, I feel like we were just live like 6 hours ago, on this channel or something, Jeremy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready to go. We got a lot to talk about between fat woke losers getting mad about the Oscars to another Black Little Mermaid trailer that's getting ratioed. Yeah, always some good shit to talk about. Oh, and by the way, Mandalorian season 3. You know how we said there was no hype for this? Crazy. The ratings are less than they were for season 2. I wonder why. I wonder how that happened.
Yep. And when you said fat woke losers, I just immediately thought you were talking about all the Ripa's haters. But he's been having a fun time over on Twitter.
Somehow I think there's a lot of crossover.
That. What's up, Ripa?
What up, man? Yeah, crazy fucking last couple of days. Just I guess all the fats just decided to target me. For some
At least
reason.
they're burning calories. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's the most. Their mouth is the most running that they've probably done in a fucking forever, which is at least something. But other than that, man, all is good. All is good. I've been fucking busy as shit. Like I mean, like crazy busy behind the scenes with some Rippaverse stuff, man. As I say, kind of every week, because that's such is life. Some things I'm very, very excited for that are on the horizon. We're moving closer to getting moved in our new warehouse. But we'll see what happens with that. But other than that, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. It's good to be here on another Tuesday night's main event.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we've got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Rolo, the Puerto Rican pistolero. You know what's coming, chat.
We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico.
I love it. I love it.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. Doing good. Got some dubs last night in Fortnite. We're going to play after Tuesday night's main event here.
Yes. Yes.
Went on some rants the other day on our show. So hopefully we'll get to talk about some of that stuff here today.
You ranting? A guy
rant all the
that
time.
Follows politics and, you know, big 2A advocate. You ranting? What's there to rant about? The country's in perfect shape, man. Come on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. We've got a solid leader. We got a solid leader. There's no issues going on.
I don't think our leader even can eat solid foods anymore.
I heard Jen Psaki was bragging that President Biden never gets up before 9 a.m. But he got up today to talk about the SVB bank deal, bank deal, and that was a big deal because it was before 9 a.m. So that's how you know it was important.
He lost a lot of Dogecoin in that one.
Absolutely.
Oh man, but yeah, good to have you here, Rolo. As always, we're joined by the 60,000 air drunk 3PO. Are you at 60,000 yet?
Almost.
Where? How far away are you?
Maybe $500-$600.
Oh, I think we can do that tonight.
Away.
Yeah, I think
right
we can
there.
do that. So
pretty awesome run.
Yes.
Also been meeting a lot of people. I've actually been enjoying hopping on people's live streams that wanted to have me on, and just it's been quite the adventure. So it's been quite the adventure.
It's been good for me.
Kind of catching up with me a little bit, but
it's been good for me because Jake comes on every live stream I'm on and calls it the best live stream on YouTube, just so I'll read it out and then plug his comic. So it's a good grip.
Nah,
you know,
I don't want, you don't have to do that.
The Cobra Cats is the
I
best
like
live
Cobra
stream on
Cats.
YouTube. I know you do. You're partly responsible for Cobra
That stuff
Cats,
that's hilarious. So,
Yeah, Jay's just hoping for royalties down the road. Trying to stay
maybe a little something. Maybe a little something. But
maybe.
I'm like beyond like this whole journey's been fantastic. And I actually appreciate because right now Rippa's like giving the insides to his business. And when people ask me, they're like, how did you put all this stuff together and how much did you spend? I just send them his videos. I'm like, just watch what he's doing.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't spend that much.
When Rippa says he spent fucking like $400,000, on stuff. That's basically it. Just watch that video. Yeah.
I just kind of dense it down a little bit, but no, it's true. So I appreciate him throwing that stuff out there so I don't have to talk about it. I just be like, yeah, just go watch that over there.
Hell yeah.
And they're like, Jay, you have a staff? I'm like, well, not really, but something like that.
Our next panelist he's got to address it. Mike, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, you want to address it? Like, it's
yeah, I know. I took Beardo off the panel this week.
No.
I didn't kill him.
No.
Talking about your hair.
What's going on with that hair, bro?
I took my braids down. That's how it works.
What's going
we
on?
Shame you or something? Or
yeah,
you thought after Colin Kaepernick's story about his racist parents, you didn't want to do cornrows yourself, or what?
Well, I mean, I understand for a lot of you guys because you guys couldn't cornrow your hair if you wanted to. They only last a couple days.
I think I could get away with it.
Could you grow enough hair to do it? That's my question.
Sure, certainly.
Then do it.
Can we get a stretch goal on subs as to if we hit a million
I'm giving you a pass.
Gamers,
I can give away like half of the passes a year that I normally can.
Yeah, you ain't qualified to give those away.
I can give those away. I absolutely can.
You gotta get permission to give those away.
You can get a cornrow pass. You can go put those up. Yeah, go ahead and braid that hair up and get it going. No, you got to take them out, and I didn't have time to get them rebraided today, so we just do what we do. But yeah,
You know, he was thinking about it too. He's like, fuck, we got main event. If I don't get this shit done, they're going to fucking bring it up.
Yeah, I just was like, I don't know. Listen.
Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you.
Yeah,
How's that
absolutely.
Epic Verse stuff going?
Good, man. Yeah, like I said, we stole Beardo from the panel. It was mostly to get him off Mario Kart because Jeremy was like, listen, whatever you can do, whatever project, I just need you to get him off Mario Kart for a little bit. And I was like, all right, man, I'll see what I can do. So, yeah, we're working on some cool stuff right now with Beardo, and Jake the Viking is out there, too, hanging out. And, yeah, man, I'm really excited to show you guys what we got going on, but we're still keeping it under wraps.
Right there, you got Beardo and Jake. Look at that. Beardo not wearing a fucking jacket.
Yeah, I asked him about that. I was like, what's going on? Because I got texts this morning from people. They're like, why isn't Beardo wearing a coat? It's cold. And I was like, I don't know. Beardo's like, I like the cold. It's cool. It's fine. So,
man, good stuff. And you got Jake there, so that's cool, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are gonna be putting together. I mean, I may have already seen some behind the scenes stuff, but I'm not at liberty to release any information. But that's really cool, man. Looking forward to it. So
absolutely.
Shout out to Beardo and Jake the Viking. The other person that totes an axe around all day long, Krista Nova. She has a big axe. She just chops trees down all day long. How you doing, Krista?
Hi. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Jay Hailstorm for that intro. That was quite amazing. But yes, we are also live on Locals, Rumble, and Odyssey. So check us out there. And I'm excited for Fortnite tonight. So
yep. She's been talking about it more than I have today. That's the weird part. So that's the weird part. My nerdy home, Steph. Hi, Steph.
Hi, everyone. Check out Geeks and Gamers on Meta PC if you want a custom computer or just a great PC. Check out Meta PC. I spent all day at the park today, so I'm pretty tired.
She's kind of out of it today.
Yeah.
But she's okay. She's good peeps. So, and for the first time ever on Geeks and Gamers, we are joined by Legal Mindset. What's going on, sir? Happy to have you here.
It's another lovely day in Seoul, South Korea, where the only time I deal with woke is when I turn on my computer and get on Twitter. So it's always good to see all of you guys, to inject a little bit, to remind me about a little bit more of that day to day.
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm glad to get into it today.
No, man.
How many fat people they got over there in South
Yeah,
Korea?
zero. No, sorry. There's like two. There's the token fat guy in the movies and the fat comedians that they literally have them on a show called Pigs. If you translate it from Korean, it's called Pigs. So, there's that.
Now, how long have you been over there?
It's my second. It's my actually no, I'm going in. Yeah, I'm second year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell so you and I, we connected a few weeks ago. Me and you, Brett, met briefly at Anime Matsuri, and obviously we've been aware of each other for a while. But we met. We were on a panel. We saw Vic Mignogna walk up with the tightest pants I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, you gave the longest speech ever. I think both Eric and Ryan were about to murder you. It was fine. It was totally normal. And I don't know why Jay was on that panel. Like
I don't either.
See it at the end, let's put this guy here.
Well, exactly what I said when they're like, "How you doing, Jay?" I'm like, "I don't know what the freak I'm doing here."
Yeah. He thought he was there to hold a camera or something.
I just kind of wandered in. Well, I was sitting next to Rip and I recorded it and I put it out on socials and everyone's like, "Dang, man, you're famous, man. You're sitting next to Eric July and look at the crowd cheering for you." It's all angles, man. It's all angles. when Riffa took a selfie with all the crowd, I made sure I just got in it just a little bit. So I had that clout. It was perfect.
It made me more comfortable. I'm like, okay, there's two losers on the panel. We got this. We're good.
Oh man, no, it was fun though. So tell everybody a little bit about you really quick. Everybody of the audience, let them know who you are and what you got going on. Then we'll jump into some topics.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Andrew. I'm a Florida attorney, but I pretty much got out of the rat race of corporate law life because it's complete BS and grinds people down and ends you up an alcoholic who's banging hookers in an alley while you do a bump of cocaine off a Brickle. So
other than the alley part, don't sound too bad.
But I mean, it really grinds people down, gets people out. So I just said, you know what? it's Corona. Everybody else is panicking. I'm going to use it as an opportunity. And I said, this is the time I wanted to start a channel. There's a lot of BS on there about a lot of lies about the law. I got really mad about the lockdowns and what people were saying about them. No one was speaking up for anybody, and the deprivation of everybody's rights. Everything was being shut down. Our freedoms were being stripped away left and right. More than at any other point in, I think, modern history, just all of our freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of travel, all these things were restricted. So I said, you know what? It's time to get on the internet. Immediately, got censored, demonetized, and everything else. Because when you're speaking your mind and when you're speaking the facts, as you guys all know, you will be heavily disincentivized. But luckily, I made a great group of people. Big love for Nick Rekieta helping me out during the Rittenhouse trial, which kind of got me up. Then Amber Heard covering those cases. Been covering court cases, and I take it from the angle of not just looking at the courtroom, but I was corporate counsel, so I look at the boardroom, I look at the corporations, I look at pop culture, politics. All these things come in to influence the law. The law is like the last thing to change, but it all comes together, which is why I love talking to you guys. Also, I was a fucking dork for years as a kid, so I love nerding out over this stuff with all y'all lovely nerds. So it's a great time to talk about all this stuff. And also, as a Floridian, I think we come at it with a little bit more of a based edge than most other folks. So,
I agree. It's good to have you. Well, as a legal mind yourself, I guess you're gonna be okay with me just getting an agreement that you're not gonna stand up and whip your dick out on screen at any point in time. Right?
I'm gonna give you 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a license for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
As long as I know.
The last 30, anything goes. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just make sure it's not cold in the room if you do decide to do it. But
True.
we all know what
we
happens
only
on
allow
Friday
big
nights.
dicks on this stream.
That's right.
I mean,
that's right.
I'm in Asia, so I can't help it.
You probably feel like a giant over there, then.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know I'm 6'6", so I stick out a little bit.
Yeah, I heard that. You're a tall dude. Yeah, so I just wanted to. I hate calling it the elephant in the room. It's more like the. I don't know, the shriveled up little mini elephant in the room from Friday Night Tights. But yes, so we'll talk about it a little bit later. I talked about it on Cobra Cast. Gavin made a quick little video talking about everything. We'll probably cover that a little bit later. But we got topics to get into. And I want to start out with a tweet from our very own Ryan Kennel here that he made right before we went live about The Mandalorian. The chat. Is anyone watching The Mandalorian? Are you excited for Disney Star Wars? Aren't you just so excited? Can't you feel the enthusiasm? Everyone is talking about The Mandalorian. Oh, wait, no, that's right. That was back in season 1 when they actually had people talking about it. Now, season 3 has come and no one's really talking about it. There's no real discussion at all. And Ryan pointed something out earlier in his tweet, so I'm going to toss it to him. But before I do that, I just want to say I see you guys in the chat. We got gifted memberships. We've gotten how many gifted memberships we gotten already? We've got 26 new members already. Marksman is just spamming corn pop. I love it. So
wait to read those.
Listen, Ryan loves reading super chats about corn pop. It really makes his night. He called me for an hour after last Tuesday night. He's like, man, I loved reading all of those super chats. He really, really enjoys it. Jay has promised not to laugh one time.
Yeah,
chat, if you can make Jay laugh, you win in the super chat segment, but we'll get to that shortly. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah.
What do they win? Oh, sorry, Ryan. I didn't cut you off.
You already started.
I just was like, what?
Started.
Well, why would you announce that someone's gonna win?
Because I want super chats, Jay. You don't need to.
You win. You're gonna win.
This is why you are a horrible YouTuber, Jay.
Come on,
this is why your grift level is 0. Come on, Jay.
Already interrupting Ryan after he said he wasn't going to interrupt Ryan to start the show.
I did say that.
I was gonna give Jay a shout out too right here.
Ooh.
I guess I'll still do it. But we talked about when it was February 28th and the Mandalorian premiere of season 3 was coming out in less than 24 hours. It seemed like nobody was talking about it. And we said that there's no hype for this thing. People aren't talking about this. The trending story before it came out was about how Gina Carano wasn't a part of it anymore. And we got the typical response from some of these moronic haters we have. You're just in an echo chamber. And it's like, you know what? I agree that I follow a lot of people that probably don't like Disney Star Wars. But that doesn't change the fact that seemingly before and after every episode of Mandalorian for the past couple years, you would see people talking about it. You'd see it trending, things like that. You just didn't see it. And now we know why. The numbers are in for the season 3 premiere of The Mandalorian. It's at 1.5 million US viewers in over the course of the first 4 days. Not only is that less than Obi-Wan Kenobi, which had over 2 million, it's also less than the Book of Boba Fett, the horrific Book of Boba Fett. And it's also worse than season 2 of The Mandalorian. Season 2 of The Mandalorian had 2 million viewers over that same time frame. And now here we are with Mandalorian season 3. They've lost over 25% of their audience from season 2. And like, what can you say other than we told you? We were right. We told you that didn't seem to be much hype around this. And as it turns out, yes, 1000%, we were correct. And I think it goes to show a couple things. One, it was kind of a long time between the end of season 2 and season 3. 2, the Gina Carano effect. I think there's some people that just quite frankly aren't going to tune into this show after what they did to Gina Carano. But also it shows all the goodwill that Lucasfilm, the little that it had from Mando season 2, has been lost by taking characters in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series and the Book of Boba Fett series and doing the same thing to them that we saw them do in the sequel. Bastardizing these characters, destroying them, tearing them down, all to push these other nonsensical characters in your face. People are tired of it. And it's another Lucasfilm L.
It's a massive L. And again, so I have not seen it. I won't watch it. I have no interest in it. I am at a point where it's not even fun to roast it on per episode on an episode basis, because I have zero faith that anything will actually improve. And so just watching it from afar burn to the ground it's actually, that's the most entertaining part of it right now, because the fact that Gina was the most talked about topic of this entire season prior to it coming out just kind of shows you exactly where things are with Disney Star Wars right now. So it's going to continue to trend in the wrong direction. I guess, when is Star Wars Celebration, Ryan? When is that?
First week of April, I think.
Okay, so it's
Something
coming
like
up
that.
fairly soon. So I guess we're supposed to get new Star Wars movies announced, but as me and you talked about earlier today, we went from where Star Wars had movies set up for the next decade plus, I guess, after the Rise of Skywalker. Jay, I know you're not great with numbers other than the $60,000 you're about to hit, but how many Star Wars movies have released since the Rise of Skywalker?
Sounds like you said Star Wars.
That'd be 0, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jay. Jay, you were on point today, buddy. I am proud of you. But yes, none. Literally none. Rian Johnson's trilogy, nowhere to be found. Benioff and Weiss trilogy, nowhere to be found. All of these films, nowhere to be found. Disney Star Wars is a disaster. Now, Andrew, I'm sure you're an expert on Star Wars, at least Disney Star Wars. You're a big fan. So what do you think about all
absolutely.
of this?
Big Last Jedi stand. First of all, can we even, here's my question for you guys. Can we even trust the numbers coming out of Disney, or is this like the CCP reporting on their coronavirus numbers? Oh, sorry. The beer bug numbers, right?
So these are, to be clear, we should say that these are the Samba TV numbers. So if you know how Samba TV works, the third-party application that is installed on like 25 million TVs across the country. They take the same type of data to compare everything to. So it's comparing it to itself. That doesn't mean that only 1.5 million people watch it. That just means within this data set, which is comparing it to other things within that data set. So
you got to ask the questions.
Yeah, well, I kind of always kind of look back on, you can tell by, I mean, again, it's not scientific, but you can tell when something is being discussed. You can tell when it's out there, when it's being discussed, whether it's on social media or in your own personal circles, and people just are not talking about this show. Can we all admit that people were talking about Mandalorian after season 1? Yes.
Absolutely.
Can we admit that they were talking about it after the season 2 finale? Yes. Guess what? No one's talking about it anymore. Go ahead, Jay.
I was saying, it's like, you know what they probably are missing? They're missing people like us with the counter arguments, because we're not even doing that anymore. And it's just people are tweeting out like stupid stuff like, oh, this is Kenobi was peak Star Wars, and nobody's even commenting on that stuff anymore. No one's quote tweeting. No one's starting to, to rally up their fan base or anything like that anymore, where they'd be like, yes, no, it is the best. Let's get them. Let's get them. It's like no one's doing that anymore. So it's not causing a buzz or a stir, and it's I think they miss us talking about it. And now it's like we don't review the show, we don't talk about it, we don't tweet about it, we don't really say anything, and the wells just dried up. You know,
Yes.
it's like these bot accounts, was the ones that have been, I guess, gone or whatever. They're tweeting stuff out. I see it, but it's like nobody even cares to respond or interact with them anymore. They just kind of, you know.
It's a weird thing because it's almost like the bad press is like the best press they have, right? Like the only press they can get in marketing is when it's bad. So you almost think they're going to get to a point where they're engineering those moments in order to get the bad press, because hell, that's better than nothing, right? I mean, they're not.
Well,
imagine
if you don't have anything that's going on and they say white supremacists and racists hate this show. So you're like, really? Well, I don't find anything negative. You know, it's like, but you know, without that, they did that whole thing with Revo, and they're like, don't be racist and please like this character. And they went out and said that this is the most popular character in Star Wars. Everybody wants, Reva action figures and everything. So they're like, we got it for you, fam. Here's the lightsaber. And nobody bought it. Nobody wanted it. And it just seemed like from
crowdfunding campaign.
From that moment, the Reva lightsaber moment, everything just went down the tube. And we're talking not only the television shows, the Galactic Star Cruiser has to cut back. Like, they can't even fill that thing anymore. So they're only doing 2 nights a week. They're going to start doing that soon. They've shut it down multiple times because they can't fill it up. They had to break their timeline over at the Galaxy's Edge to try to gain some interest by putting Baby Yoda in there to hopefully that will bring more people to be interested in Star Wars again. But it's really sad. And
this is a great line right here that I think sums it up. We stopped giving them
our
hate. Oh my goodness. That right there that symbolizes where fans are. And I think it's a lot, and we're going to talk about this later. So even though I'm going to probably circle back to this with Ripa later, but I think with Ripa and Marvel and DC, when was the last time you were plugged into Marvel DC again? What was it? Birds of Prey? Was that the last one?
Yeah, Birds of Prey was his favorite movie, and I can't believe he didn't keep going back to it after that.
That. I think that was I think we settled this a couple of weeks ago on the show that was the last show that it was a movie that I watched that was Marvel and DC related, and I just fucking fully checked out. Nobody's interested. I'm not interested at all. But the thing about fandom stuff, I think that the people that stand this stuff lose sight of is that for years, especially with Star Wars stuff, but it's also going on with DC and Marvel, is that conversation that would happen, between whatever latest movie was out, even if some people hated it, even some people loved it, people, debating dumb shit about what's going on with his characters, that was the fandom, right? And unfortunately, they don't even have that anymore because the enthusiasm for the projects are completely done. And that's what they miss, because if I would go, I would review, let's say, all this Marvel and DC content on my channel, and I was obviously real plugged into it and I loved it. And that was something that, as a fan of that stuff, it was easy for me to, all right, watch this. And I say some of it I liked, some of it I didn't. And I just give my thoughts. We've have little powwows. That's what it was. But now I'm so checked out to where, and that's me being a super fan of this material. And I think you're seeing it with Star Wars as well. And that nobody likes this shit enough to even despise it. That's not there anymore, because when people dislike stuff, it's because, as my dogs go crazy, it's because they actually are passionate about that project or passionate about that brand. So when you don't have people that are enthusiastic about it, what exactly do you have? You have shills, which are going to co-sign everything that you do, but that's not genuine, and you can't really bank on an entire company using that to as carrying the company. You just really can't do that. So Star Wars, Marvel, DC, they're all in a similar place right now where these projects are coming out and people are I guess, but it's not true enthusiasm. And that's what you need as a brand. Even if it's people that don't like it, you at least need people to care enough to not like it. You know what I mean? That's what you need. And they don't have that. Not anymore, at least.
100%. Rolo?
I always try to wear hats when I come onto the show. And when I was looking for a hat to wear today, I ironically picked up this Mandalore hat because I think it just kind of symbolizes everything that has gone on with Star Wars. You know, when I was looking up, I was like, you know, this is the Mythosaur logo here. It's the, you know, the Mandalorians have used it for like thousands of years to represent their culture. It was legendary beast. And then now I hear, I haven't even watched the show. I hear that this creature is going to show up on the Mandalorian and all this stuff. And it just kind of goes to what Ryan has said a lot about the jangling keys, about how our character here seems to run into every single important figure in Star Wars history and every single mythical, you know, story and beast or something like that. He ran into the Krayt Dragon, you know, before and all this stuff. And it's just, that's what Star Wars has at this point. They basically, they love to shit on the fan broadly and then throw little things in here like, oh man, we're going to throw the Mythosaur in here so that like real Mandalorian fans are going to be like, wait a second, Canderous Ordo was like the last dude to wear a Mythosaur bone helmet. Now they're going to give this guy that stuff. They're trying to like somehow tap into the hardcore fan while also disrespecting that core fan base for years and throwing all that stuff away. So it's just these little breadcrumbs that they throw at you. And that just makes it even more disrespectful because, you know, just slap me in the, you've already slapped me in the face. You already burned everything down. You're just taking the little piles from the rubble and just throwing it at me and being like, hey, look, do you remember this? This is the house you used to live in. You loved it.
Yep.
So that's all that this is now.
It's the hot and cold abuse cycle. That's all. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yep.
Absolutely. And I'm done. I'm done with it. I mean, the symbol's cool. I'll wear it. I love the old school stuff, but it's dead. You know, what can you do?
It is. And yeah, I think they are going to find themselves in a really bad spot. I asked this question earlier today during our daily live stream. What's the next for the next 2 years? Who's in worse shape or who's in the best shape out of Marvel, DC, and Star Wars? And it's a hard question to answer, but I guess by default we decided it's Marvel just because they do have stuff at least on the horizon.
Yeah, they're actually going to put things out.
Yeah,
which does give them the opportunity to lose more money. But like everybody else ain't doing shit. Like Star Wars isn't going to have a movie out in theaters for another 3 years. DC's about to do its half reboot, whatever thing with James Gunn. So as soon as they get through Shazam, Blue Beetle, The Flash, and Aquaman 2, The Revenge of Amber Turd, that's all they've got for the next like 2 or 3 years.
Do you think they're going to announce the Rey Skywalker movie?
Oh my God, I hope so. I fucking hope so. Please announce it, man.
It's going to get woke before it gets better.
Oh,
well, you know,
it's going. Realistically, Ryan, what do you think? Are we going to get a Rey movie?
I don't know if we're going to get a Rey movie, but I think that those characters are like, I think that her character is going to come up in some way in the future of Disney Star Wars. I think it makes too much sense for them not to. Spoiler alert, they're not fucking rebooting or retconning the sequel trilogy.
What? No.
I don't know how many times I've had to say that over the past couple of years. It's not happening. They've got a couple options. One is to move pretty well past. Like you do have the fortunate ability in Star Wars to just fast forward 50, 100 years in the future if that's something you want to do. And, you know, that might be the best thing for them to do. Or they're going to go back and, you know, try to do something with some of these characters. I know John Boyega, oh, they ain't going to Disney Plus me, man, or whatever the fuck he was saying. Like, now, what's John Boyega got going on for him? Like, what is he doing right now? Other than being a cucked king and the woman king. Other than like all this other shit, he's not doing anything.
By the way, did you catch Ryan that reference during the Oscars to amazing historic movies like The Woman King?
Oh my! They did not say that.
They mentioned that it was based on real events, like actual events. I'm like, yes, actual slavers, yes.
Oh no!
It is based on real events. I mean, they took these women who fucking made sure everybody stay enslaved so they could sell them to the white man and made them the heroes. I mean, it's based on the true story, I guess.
We do have real quick, since we are hitting good viewership, we're at 3,000 people watching. Thank you guys. This is the first week that we have started an earlier start time. So if you're just getting in here, from now on, we're starting an hour earlier. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. just so you have that noted. And I hope most of you got that message last week, but I'm sure more of you are going to be rolling in throughout the night. And I see that even when the discussion is not centered around him, Jay is still the most discussed man in the chat, no matter what he does. So
they're trying to make me laugh. They're trying to make me laugh with super chats.
Well, the chat is the lowest common denominator, so it makes sense. It really does.
Oh, there we go, Jay.
Chat is MVP. They will always be my MVP, chat. Always in the chat
with the people.
Yes,
the people,
absolutely. But yes. So anyway, Star Wars is going to continue to be what it is, and you know,
that's a big deal because Disney Plus has significantly more subscribers than it had when Mandalorian season 2 started over 2 years ago. Like we're talking tens of millions of people in the United States that they've increased their numbers. Like that's not a small amount. Obviously, it's not the total. Like they're only counting U.S. viewership for this, so who knows what it is internationally? And they've opened it up in a couple other countries or whatever. But like this is the reality. Like Mandalorian is the show that they launched Disney Plus with. Their flagship show of Disney Plus broke records, obviously with the first one, and their second one broke records with over 2 million. And it took a while for another Star Wars show to break that. It took basically a year and a half for a show to come out and break that. That was Obi-Wan Kenobi. That was that highly anticipated series with more Disney Plus subscribers. So the thing to me, it's not that it got beat by Obi-Wan. It's not that it got beat by Book of Boba Fett. It's that it did not live up to season 2's premiere. So you can look at that a couple different ways, and I think it's a variety of factors, but ultimately it leads to there's not as much excitement for Mando season 3, and the show that they're basing all of this shit off of is now losing interest with the fan base.
It shows that it's crazy when you think about it that even Luke Skywalker couldn't get like the normie fans back. Like that just didn't work.
Yeah.
And it's really fascinating to think that even going down that path, that's how far gone Star Wars is, that the regular fans don't even care enough to go and watch this at this point at their homes.
But the thing is with Star Wars, and to me as a blood-sucking, money-hungry lawyer, the thing is, Star Wars is something that can just print money. You can just literally print infinite money. I'm still here playing Star Wars Rebellion. Shout out to anybody who knows about that game, like way back in the day with horrible graphics, you know. But it's just take the old stuff, update the graphics on it, literally put up a new version of stuff that you've already put out. Just literally do updates, and you're just sitting there on a money printer that's going burr like the Fed. It should be able to make infinite amount of money for them. This is why they bought it. This is why they paid for it. Go do that thing.
Well, like Rip has talked about this many times. It's like it's a layup. Like it's a layup, and it's not just Star Wars. Marvel's a layup. DC's a layup. These are easy.
You have to go out of your way to fuck up Star Wars.
Yes. Like you do.
And they did it.
Yes, they did. They went out of their way to do it. They don't care.
And again, not just on the TV show front either. Like the theme parks, the hotels, the merchandise, everything is messed up with Star Wars right now.
It is.
How do you have a freaking Star Wars theme park with no Star Wars characters?
Or
how do you
no
who sits down and says that's a good idea?
Yep.
Like
no,
and then it's like, hey, I want to see Darth Vader. Oh, you gotta go. He's standing next to Buzz Lightyear on the other side of the theme park in Tomorrowland. Well, why is he not in the Star Wars theme park section? Well, we don't. We have Rey here.
We put our because we decided to set ours in like 39 ABY, where only the sequel trilogy characters in between.
Who
Last
understands
Jedi
that? Unless you're like, I mean, nobody understands that either. You buy a ticket, you go in, you want to see stuff. It's like, why? You know, it's like, how come Luke and Han and or Anakin and Padme? Where are these people at? Where's R2D2? Well, you can go see them over there. They're by the other things that not in the Star Wars park. It's like that's the dumbest decision ever. Like that is hideously stupid decision. Yep. I don't know who approved that, but it's so dumb.
Well,
and then you make a hotel.
It's pure ideology. It's pure getting rid of the old stuff and bringing in the new stuff, getting purging it because it's toxic masculinity. It's this and that. We want to write our own message. We want to be the queens and the kings of the story. You know, and they made that conscious decision designing that park. And when you have to do this, you know, back in the day, even when they were under Reedy Creek, without DeSantis' supervision, looking forward to all those permits that they have to now submit, just like Universal, in public, which will now be transparent. So we will be keyed into every single new ride they do.
Yeah.
That's a massive advantage they had over Universal.
That's the
when they
DeSantis
filed
factor.
the permits. The DeSantis factor. Right.
Yeah.
But when they made those rides, they submitted those permits years ago. They knew they were going to design it this way. They knew they were going to do this. They walked into this, and now they're just eating that money. Lost.
The stupid thing is they don't do that. Disney doesn't do that with any other IP in all their theme parks. They don't do it with any other IP. Avatar, Toy Story, whatever. You want to see the people from the Toy Story movie, you go to Toy Story Land. You want to live in Pandora, you go to Avatar. You want to wherever you want to go, but you go to Star Wars and you see nothing. You hear no music. And then they're like, hey, spend $6,000 on a hotel. Well, who's in the hotel? Rey and Kylo, your favorite. I don't care about that. I'm not going. So it's like it's so stupid. It doesn't make it, whoever makes those decisions is dumb. And then on top of it, they're like, let's celebrate Life Day together. Everybody likes Life Day. Chewbacca's wearing a big red robe. He looks so stupid and retarded, walking around with a blue ball, carrying it around. And it's like,
blue
what?
balls, man. I don't know about those.
Hey, man, that's why I'm bringing it back with my book. But I'm just saying, like, it's just so weird, and that they would do that. Anyway, my Star Wars dead.
It's funny. It's funny because it seems like when somebody else besides Disney has some sort of control over Star Wars licenses, they either create a better story or at least try to respect the past material. So as shitty a company as EA is, at least they go back to the old movies and trilogies in their video games, and the shit looks good. And all the other games they've come out with are basically in the original trilogy, and there's a reason behind that. They know that that's what's going to sell. They know nobody's going to buy a video game that has these newer characters. Even Cal Kestis has nothing to do in his game, and he with any of the new characters. It takes place in between, the original trilogy, or in that period in between the prequel and original trilogy. So everybody else digs into that well. They go to the past, but Disney's like, nah, fuck you. We're going to give you all these other characters that you don't give a shit about because the message.
Well, like
the message.
Kind of, right? Like,
yeah.
We see them use these characters, but we see them use these characters in order to promote whatever they want.
Of course.
We see what they did with Book of Boba Fett and what they did with Tamora Morrison, even to the point where he was like, yeah, guess what? This sucked. I sucked. This character sucked. It wasn't the Boba Fett that we should have had. It wasn't the Boba Fett that you expected. So whenever they do bring these characters in, that's their intention. Basically, any character that you've seen, unless it was created in part by Dave Filoni, their intention is going to be to destroy that character in order to elevate other characters. That's it. That's the bottom line.
Specifically, Ryan, if it's a male character to emasculate them, and if it's a female character to empower them. Let's just be very specific about that.
Yep. Well, virtually all Dave Filoni involved characters end up being female somehow, which is weird because there's no way that dude's not gay as shit. But he creates female characters.
As a Dave Filoni fan, that dude's gay as fuck. So 100%. All right, let me.
He identifies with women because he also takes dick.
We have a 4-part super chat from Butter Biscuit over on Streamlabs for $100, totaling $100. Thank you, Butter Biscuit. Says, what's up, everybody? Long time no see. Jeremy, you missed it a couple of FNTs ago where I talked about how I had been dealing with personal problems, which is why I was gone for so long, including being jobless for a while and dealing with depression. But since I've gotten a job as a substitute mailman, I've lost 60 pounds, and I've finally gotten under 300 for the first time in years. Thanks to Ripa for convincing me to try and find a way to get active. I'm feeling great. And now I'm back to the fold. Just subbed for a year on the website too. I'm back to the fold now, so make sure your new people know who I am. Also, what Gavin did was dumb. My 13-year-olds don't walk 13 miles a day providing service to the people. Mailmen love comics, anime, and manga too. Anyway, rant over. Legal, I love your videos too. Hail the fellowship. Butter Biscuit, it is good to have you back, buddy. We have missed you, and I'm fucking loving that, man. That is a hell of a good update.
I love hearing that stuff.
Yes,
great. People trying to take their health serious and shit. As I destroy these fucking wings, because this is what you get to do when you are fucking working. I worked out fucking twice, worked out about 3 hours a day. Fucking, I'm feeling good. Get to wash this down. But no, on a serious note, like that's fucking awesome, man.
Yes, that is. And look, man, I mean, nobody, I can just say generally speaking, I mean, obviously I can't speak for each individual, but I know like the people I roll with or stuff like that, like roasting your friends is part of life, but it's also meant to motivate you sometimes. And you can take that as motivation, or you can take it as a reason to cry more. You know what I mean? And that's just life. You know what I mean? Like every fucking body, every human being has been in that moment where somebody said something. Maybe it's a picture that was taken of you. Maybe it was a certain angle and they said like, damn, and you're like, I gotta start working out, or I gotta stop eating so much pizza, or something like that. It's all meant for motivation. And so this narrative that celebrating obesity is disgusting. It's disgusting, and it's
100%.
encouraging people to be unhealthy and be reliant upon other entities. They don't want people to be self-motivated. They don't want people to be able to provide for their own and be self-sufficient. They want you to be reliant upon other entities, and that's what's going on here. So we love hearing stuff like that, man. So that is awesome. On the Gavin front, I do have a video clip of him talking about it, so I'm going to play that here in just a second. We got a 60 River Miles 69 for 69.
The Murphys.
If you have mutuals, I got news for you. So yeah, man. Thank you for that.
Great.
Thank you for that. All right, so everybody knows what happened on Friday Night Tights. Gavin McGinnis requested directly to come on the show. We didn't ask him. He asked us. I'm still not understanding why. But I was informed last night on CobraCast that he actually addressed it. So we're going to play the clip of him addressing it. And we're going to just, I don't know if everybody's seen this or not. I know Ryan has.
Yeah, I
sent it
saw
to the
it.
Friday Night Tights. So I don't know. But here's Gavin addressing what happened last night. And I want to give CCP is asshole the credit for telling me about this. So here we go.
Full Metal Tights. What's it called? Friday Night Tights. Friday Night Tights instead of Friday Night Fights. And I argued with a bunch of gamer nerds about liking Spider-Man. Very likable group, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And I found out that they're all married with kids. So who the fuck am I? I can mock you for being an infantilized adult if you don't have a wife and kids. But like the dude in the top right has 5 kids. So he's better than me. If I have 3 kids, if you have more than 3 kids, you're better than me, especially if you're around for them.
Well, so my question was like, so I have so many questions about it. So was his intent to just come there because he heard like we're a bunch of geeks and nerds who have a show where we talk about superheroes? So that the intent was to just come in there and be a dick, from the beginning. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? But regardless, let's hear him out.
Obviously. But I said I'll give you 3 hours, and I needed an out after 3 hours, so I pissed this desk.
The
You
future.
can play this, are you?
You should have been a bubblehead.
There you go. No, I didn't have to go down on subs. Stayed on carriers. So.
I waited too long to piss. It's already started.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
And there it is.
Sorry, guys. Whoa.
I did not see that, and I
Right?
did not need to
Yeah,
see
it
that.
was fake.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
fake.
okay, that was fake.
That was a Minecraft one. The future.
Yeah.
Also,
I guess they have to say it's fake because it was. I didn't realize it was live on YouTube.
yes.
Yes, you
Open
fucking
children.
did.
Yeah. Like,
That's
can you
a
pause
lie.
it? Can you pause it?
That's a lie. That is a lie.
Some bullshit.
That is a lie.
So I have, like I said it before, I think actually the
Objection.
conversation of somebody coming in there talking to us who was challenging us on some of these things and being able to explain to somebody like that why we do think a lot of these things are important and why we're passionate about it. I think it ended up being an actual good conversation, even if it was frustrating for some people to listen to. That part is bullshit. He knew we were live. He knew we were reading super chats. He specifically asked if we were live yet. We said, no, we're about to go live soon beforehand. I have no problem revealing that. He even specifically asked what he was allowed to say on the show. I said, listen, it's YouTube. So as long as you're within YouTube terms of service, you can say or do whatever you want. Specifically, I am the one that told him that. So I think for him to pull that stunt, just for attention, which I guess he needs some again after his fake swatting incident, for him to pull that shit, I think was absolute bitch made because that could have easily got a channel taken down easily.
Yep. After asking Gary if it was his if it was his full-time gig. So let's continue.
First of all, if anyone saw my penis in that, it was freezing in the studio. We had turned the heat off, so you're not really seeing representational thing.
That's true.
Yeah, they're cool.
Hopefully they think the same of you.
I don't care. But oh yeah, this guy is doing a comic book of me because I said comic books are gay. Superhero comic books, obviously. But look how shitty this drawing is.
What? I thought it was cool.
And of course you did.
Like, I'm
Good
pretty
drawing.
critical about comic book stuff. I
No,
like
but look
thick
at
lines.
that. It's obviously technically good, but
Yeah.
like, what kind of suit is that?
Oh, but that's
And why are my sleeves? Who rolls up their sleeves? And look at the other picture. You can tell this black dude's never worn a suit before, because look at those cheap ass shitty shoes.
Oh yeah, they do look like
Those are like the guy who manages Arby's.
yeah, those non-slip loafers.
Yeah. But
like Dexter, the brand Dexter.
yeah, but the guy in the top middle and I kept fighting the whole time, and he was very proud of his geekness, which is whatever. I mean, I obviously don't truly care. But his argument was that guys like me saying "fuck you" for being into Spider-Man is the reason that all this superhero stuff went woke, and it's why it all sucks now, and it's affecting children's brains. So by me saying "fuck Spider-Man," I am contributing to the decay of children's brains.
Yep. And that's exactly what I said to him. That's exactly my stance. That's been my stance on a lot of conservative, or when I say conservative, I've had to to clarify this. I just mean non-leftists. If you're a non-leftist, you're on my side. I don't give a fuck what you believe. I don't care who you voted for. If you're not a crazy lunatic leftist, then you're on my side, which is anti-wokeness and anti-psychopaths that are pushing all of this nonsense. So that's what I've been arguing for a long time, and that's what I told him. I was like, you people like you are part of the problem, and here we go.
And making all their culture woke. And it is true that their culture is woke. Turn on Nickelodeon, turn on Cartoon Network, and I look at my 10-year-old and he's bored by Gravity Falls and Steven Universe and all these stupid, shitty, woke cartoons. So though he's correct that the culture, not just superhero culture, but kid, cartoon, whatever, gaming culture, all those kid things are shit now because everything is woke. But the implication that it's my fault for not getting involved is stupid. That is not a good argument. And I kept giving him analogies like, I hate the way kids' books are all a female black astronaut now. What?
So that's kind of the gist of it. He kind of misses the point, like of, hey, the fact that you complain about how bad it is and that your own kid can't find anything to watch, but then you completely dismiss it, is part of the problem. And I think that's what the first, like Ryan has repeated multiple times, and that's kind of what the first couple of first hour, I guess, of FNT was just a lot of that going back and forth. But that was his response. I don't think any differently of him than I thought after FNT. I thought it was a dick move. It is what it is. I'm not interested in having another conversation with him. You put my friend's channel at risk, and you put our show at risk. I think that's the next level of disrespect that I think that goes beyond jokes and funny or being edgy. When you're putting someone's livelihood at risk by blatantly doing something that can get a channel with 700,000 subscribers and 15,000 live viewers at risk. So that's my take on it. Anybody else?
I want to say that that's weird. But
Me to quit eating them fucking wings.
Well, no, but like, I'll say this because I didn't know that was his like kind of position on this whole shit, because I recently did a show with him, and in it we talked about the comic book shit that we were doing, right? And that energy was not existent, like at all. Like there was no pushback on it. There was no, this shit is stupid or anything like that. That didn't exist. So I'm actually surprised that that's his kind of position.
Oh, he's been like that for years, saying that stuff. So that's funny that he wouldn't even bring that up to you.
Nah, he didn't even bring, like, it was a point of conversation, like, hey, that because it was round table. I can't remember who else was on that show with me. I know it was like,
was this Blaze?
Yeah, it's on Blaze. It's on
Okay.
Blaze. I can't remember who all was there. It might have been me, him, and I don't think it was just me, him, and Sarah. I think it was a third person that was there. I just can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Alex or whoever. But yeah, that energy was like non-existent. But to be fair, the center of the show wasn't about that. But he would, like, even during the show, if you watch that episode, like, he would refer to it. You know what I mean? Like, as in, like, well, let me say this: it wasn't in a negative way at all. So that's kind of crazy how I guess the setting changed, and well, that's his position. So,
well, I mean, I've been asked about him for quite a while. Like, oh, would you guys have him on? And I've even said, I think I said this like a year ago. I'm like, I don't see any reason why to talk to Gavin McGinnis. I liked him. I've always liked him, but he's made it clear that he doesn't like any of the shit that I talk about. He's made that clear more times than I can count. So I don't really know what the point of having him on was. But hey, maybe the dude started to recognize it. So when I heard he was going to be FNT, I'm like, well, this is going to be interesting. But maybe the dude's finally recognizing the importance of culture, and clearly he doesn't. And I don't think that's going to change. But I'm glad we had him on, because you got to have people on to create conversation and create a discussion. I think it's a discussion that needs to be had. It's a conversation I want to have with a lot more of these fucking people on the right that want to sit there and shit all over video games and comic books and superheroes and all of that, because I think they need to be educated on it, because they continue to dismiss it and they continue to think that they're cool by saying that stuff, and you're not. You're actually helping these psychopathic leftists the whole time. Yep. And so that's my point on it.
Here's the thing, though, Jeremy. You got to be having conversations with people who want to have conversations. That's
true.
The key there. You got to debate with people that want to debate because they care about, as we'd say, the truth of the matter asserted. They care about the thing, right? Because if you look at Gavin McGinnis, you look at that incident, it's pretty clear he didn't actually care about getting to the truth of what's behind geekdom, what's behind fan culture. He cared about clout. He cared about chasing clout, making himself relevant, and generating a viral moment, which he did. Yep. He got attention through bad behavior, which is what a lot of these clout chasers do. You see it over and over and over again. They'll act up. They'll do a bad thing. That's what the woke left does. It's embarrassing to see people who maybe share certain issues. And I like to say, look, I probably agree with most people on more issues and I disagree with them. But when they're starting to use the same tactics as the woke extreme left, that's a problem. That's a serious problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I just wanted to go ahead and pull that up. So I was made aware of that last night, and I figured we'd talk about it tonight, and we go from there. But I'm done with that aspect of it. Go ahead, Rolo.
No, I was going to say, like, on the bigger picture, I think his mentality is one of the biggest. It's really one of the biggest hurdles that we face. Joe and I, we talk mostly about gun stuff, and one of the biggest things that we wanted to try to do was to break into, because let's be honest, shooters are like the biggest video game genre that there is. So there's no reason why the gun industry shouldn't look at video games as like, well, this should be an ally with us, because they're a First Amendment issue. And anytime that there's like a shooting, the left blames the guns, the right goes for video games. And it's like, well, instead of going after video games, you could try to use them as an ally and use them. They've got a First Amendment argument. You've got a Second Amendment argument. You go in as allies here and you attack this issue together. But instead they're like, no, let's just throw this stuff away. And like, it's all stupid because my kid is there for like 8 hours a day, not doing shit. So it must be invalid. So that's the mentality that they've got. So that's one of the things that we have to fight against every day, whether it comes to, culture, guns, all this stuff, trying to break through that mentality and show like, this is valid. This is why the left has won for so much, because they understood that this was the battlefield that needed to be fought on, the hearts and minds. Because at the end of the day, people want to feel cool and they want to do fun stuff. And if you don't cater to that, they're not going to go for it. As stupid as it may seem, I want somebody on my side. And if it means that, hey, I got to show cool stuff that I'm into to get them to listen to my arguments about the Constitution, then that's a small price to pay.
Well said, Rolo. Well said indeed. We're going to cover a topic that specifically Andrew, Legal Mindset, wanted. He's very passionate about this next topic. When I asked him, hey, you want to be on Tuesday Main Event? He said, if we can talk about The Little Mermaid. And I'm like,
yes,
okay.
Only. Only if we talk about it. I need to feel my totally authentic Danish experience through The Little Mermaid.
And that was before the trailer came out. So then he sent me a screenshot of Sebastian. He said, I will sue your ass if we don't talk about it. That's how important it is. So here we go. You look at the chat. Here we go. So the Little Mermaid trailer premiered. I guess this is the final trailer premiered at the Oscars, an event no one watched, by the way. I guess up 13% because they wanted to see if Will Smith was going to come, beat somebody up again. But I'm going to turn. First of all, Stephanie's the reason I knew about that trailer, and she was very upset that night when she saw the trailer. She was almost crying when she saw Flounder and Sebastian. But Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, I can pull this up.
Ryan's had a cough for like a week now. So
yeah, I'm starting to feel sick. I think I got pneumonia.
He was wearing a mask all day in the house, and I called him a lot of gamer words. So no,
he's being polite.
Okay, Fauci.
I was wearing a hood, not a mask. That's great.
Even better. There you go.
I don't know if it's the final trailer, but it is the first official full-length trailer. And since it got released, it has gotten so much worse for The Little Mermaid. We're sitting here at 606,000 dislikes to 125,000 likes.
In the face.
And listen, there is one thing people are talking about the trailer. This has nothing to do with the lead actress, but they are talking about just how dark the entire thing looks, to be quite honest with you. It just doesn't have the same pop. It doesn't have the same feel as the animated one, which is so often the criticism of these. And I mean, they are also, what I hate about this is they're deleting like a lot of the English comments. If you speak Spanish, you can still kind of figure it out. Like, this says, I love the part where Ursula.
I got you.
I love the part where Ursula told Ariel, "You're a wizard, Harry."
That's great. That's great.
Exactly. Stuff like that.
She's great. Lucera, you're my hero.
but like, it seems like they aren't censoring the Spanish ones as much as they delete the English ones pretty quickly. But Jay sent me this one earlier so we could see the comparison that Nina made on Jane Theory's post. This is Flounder. That looks like a fish that's in my tank right now, right? If I went down and I looked at a fish in the tank, that's what this thing looks like.
Yeah.
And here's Sebastian.
He's from Crab Rave. He stepped off the music video. That's what he looks like.
That is what
he looks just like the Crab Rave crabs.
Yeah. What were you saying, Krista?
I was saying we do have a fish.
It looks better than that one.
It does.
Every fish looks better than that fish.
But I think, and one of the problems is with all of these Disney live action remakes, especially when you do stuff with animals, like The Lion King. That movie made a shit ton of money. You can't deny that. But to me, there was like absolutely no heart behind The Lion King remake. But when you have these characters like Sebastian, like Flounder, they have no facial expression because they don't have a face. They're just a fucking regular ass fish that's talking. So I especially don't know how they're going to convey a lot of this stuff when Halle Bailey's not able to speak because Ariel loses her voice. I really think it's going to be a disaster. You can see the fan base hates it. And it's not just, can we please end this racism bullshit? It's not just because it's a black actor. Yes, people don't like the fact that they race swap someone. But please show me where all the 606,000 racists went for the Creed 3 trailer. Where are you? Why didn't you ratio that? That features 2 black people, right? Like, that game, that tired just talking point from the media and from everybody is laughable, and it's done at this point. The Little Mermaid looks like shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of impressive how bad it really is. I mean, because as I said when we were covering it on our daily stream, honestly, like Haley or whatever her fucking name is,
Halle Bailey, you fucking
Haley
disrespectful piece of shit.
Oh yeah, I'm the disrespectful one.
I know her name.
Ryan was mad because I didn't put her cross-eyed in my thumbnail like Yellow Flash.
No,
I was disrespectful.
No, I was mad that you didn't put her in the thumbnail, not cross-eyed.
I added the cross-eyed to it though. Had to add a little something.
She's no Halle Berry from the old Bond movies. I mean, that was prime content.
Or Swordfish.
Swordfish. Great movie.
Oh man,
underrated movie actually. I think.
Look at Jay. Jay
That's the reason why I went and saw that film because I heard
Hey, the reason he put blue balls in his comic was for that movie right there.
What the fuck happened to that seagull?
We gotta hear. This is Scuttle, but we gotta hear Sebastian. We gotta hear.
He's
Sebastian.
not even a seagull. What is that?
Hold on.
Something about you seems different. I can't quite figure it out. She got legs.
Look at his mouth. His mouth is so nasty. Look at his mouth.
Yeah.
It's so nasty.
I just find it.
Like I'm imagining kids going and seeing this movie and looking at this crab and thinking that is scary ass shit. Like, I feel like
it's gonna make kids not want to have seafood.
You
that's
are.
for sure.
I am gonna sue you, Steph, for ableism. This is a post BP spill crab that was harmed in the Gulf oil spill. We need to give him representation and protection for his injuries.
Ryan, your cursors.
That's
are
definitely
doing
not
that same
Gulf.
thing.
That's
They're all
some
jacked up.
Fukushima stuff right there. He got exposed to some of the hard water from Fukushima right there.
Yeah, Ryan, your cursors are all messed up.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's all what the fuck. It's
The
all
arrow-
over the place
it's
now.
quite-
Look at that.
the
It's on his
clicks.
eyes. It's on his mouth.
This computer is like having a stroke watching.
No, it's not mine. It's Streamlabs. Like my computer's
StreamYards.
fine. Or sorry, it's
StreamYards.
StreamYards. So I don't fucking know.
So that's a ghost crab that can't even live in the water. If it goes in the water, it'll drown. So I think what Disney's hoping that after Finding Nemo, everybody bought a clownfish. It was like massive record sales. Maybe they'll sell like ghost crabs so kids can keep as pets.
Wait, so
Like
if it
hermit
goes in the
crabs.
water, it
Like a
drowns?
crab.
You're telling me that they made a movie where they've got a black mermaid, but then they take the black crab, they give him they make him a crab that can't swim. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Jay?
No way. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
The
Is
ghost
that
crab.
next
Look up ghost crab right now on Google, and it'll tell you
My
that
gosh.
is a crab that has to stay in holes. It'll drown in the water. It stays in holes.
Mike
That's what
is
it does.
Mike is someone who
You have
tries
so
to
much
beach
in
crab.
common, Jay.
Mike is someone who tries to look Jamaican. How do you feel about Sebastian and what he sounds like?
I mean, it looks like he has an asshole where his mouth should be. I don't understand. What fucking moron
sphincter.
was like, hey, listen, we're going to do a live action adaptation. We need to make these animals photorealistic, guys, okay? Because
Yep.
people aren't going to go see this movie if Flounder doesn't look like a fucking fish, okay? Like, we need to make this look as realistic as possible. The
All right,
fucking
hold on real
palate-
quick. Have
it
you ever
doesn't make
seen
any
a real
fucking
flounder?
sense.
The flounders
It's
live
flat.
on the
Yeah, they're
They
flat.
have
They
two
live on
eyes
the
on top
bottom of the
their head.
ocean, and
Yeah.
they go like this, and both their eyes are on one side.
Yep.
Side of the thing.
So they
Do
couldn't-
you have
that's why
that
they had to
video of
change 'em.
Jay being a fish? Do you have that video of Jay being a fish?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
You have to look for that. You have to look for that. We
What
can
are
use
you
that.
doing,
really
man?
good.
You
Anything with a
idiot.
Little Mermaid.
Well, I don't know what the
Ripper,
fuck
you're
we're
excited to
thinking.
see this, right?
Yeah, because I mean, she did say that, at least the actress, that all the little brown boys and girls can see themselves, or something like whatever generic
Man,
shit that she said.
She's Miles Morales now, huh?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
It's funny you bring that up. I don't know if I've showed you this before, Rip, but I have an interview of Holly Bailey from Variety when she was talking about which Little Mermaid she's going to prefer, animated or live action. And she talked about how much she loved the animated Little Mermaid, and she used to go in the water and pretend that she was Ariel. Yet somehow,
I guess it's skipped a
she couldn't see
generation, I
herself.
guess. And now, see, that's not at all surprising. When I had remember that, I don't know if you guys saw that previous debate that I did with some 22-year-old fucking idiot who was trying to lecture me on like racism and shit. And he had said that he never, like, he said when he was growing up, and remind you, this guy was like 10 years younger than me, right? He said that when he was growing up, they didn't see these guys, like basically black people, in these roles. And I was like, dude, like, what the fuck are you talking about? So what it's basically leading me to believe is that, the people that are growing up, particularly these young people, are growing up, which she's in that age bracket as well, they didn't experience any kind of like trial, right? There was no tribulation. There was no like external social ill that they had to fall back on. There's nothing there. We had gotten long over this shit. Hell, in the 90s, we were over this racism shit. Like we were done with it for the most part in this country. and they never got to experience any of that. So it's like an overcompensation is essentially what it is, where these people are now having to make up things that simply aren't there, and they are presenting themselves as if like they are the world breakers here. They're the ones that's breaking ground, like we're doing something that nobody hadn't seen. So when she says something dumb like little brown boys and girls being able to see themselves or something, like, dude, I don't know where you got this moronic idea. Like you're like the first black person that's appeared on the fucking TV, but dude, you are fucking behind, dude. Like I don't know where the hell you've been.
I haven't heard this.
Listen to this. This is from August, right? I made a video about it when it happened. I've referenced it a couple times since, but listen to the question and listen to her answer and how much she clearly did see herself as Ariel.
Little Mermaid live action or the original?
Oh my gosh, this is a really, really hard one because the animated version has always been so special to me since I was so small. I mean, it's the reason I would swim. I would be in the pool feeling like I am the animated version of her. And so today, the dream come true of the live action is super cool. So of course I'm gonna choose mine because I'm like, what?
Part of your world?
But think about that.
You and your narcissistic. I got it.
How can it?
Got it.
Yeah. How can it be special to you if it was a white girl portraying Ariel, but it needs to be a black girl for little black boys and black girls to be inspired by? How were you inspired by Ariel?
Yeah,
that's my
she
question.
was the reason I would swim. I would be in the pool pretending that I was the Little Mermaid. You certainly seems like you could see yourself in her, like you could be inspired by her, like you liked it, like you got drawn into it because of that. But all of a sudden now you need to be black to play the Little Mermaid so everybody else can see it too. It doesn't make sense.
Well, like even the way she said that, she's like, yeah, I loved it. I loved watching it. And it made me feel like a mermaid. So of course I'm going to choose mine. I'm like, oh, okay, gotcha. Because the thing you just admitted to being inspired by and thinking about all the time is the reason that you throw that under the bus. They have fucking handlers. They have to say this shit too. She has to promote this fucking movie, you know? And I mean, the thing is, like, there's no heart or soul in these fucking movies. These remakes are just put together as quickly as possible and just fucking shit out as fast as they can to they're going to make their money and forget about it because, you know, in another 20 years, if Disney's still around, which it probably won't be, they're going to just remake them again and be like, well, yeah, the quality of those wasn't as great. You know, we got to redo them now. And this time we'll make sure that, you know, Ariel's trans so that she can really be representative of, you know, everybody, you know?
All right. So Andrew, since this was your topic, how moved are you by the trailer? How moved were you?
I was so deeply moved. I was crying to tears. I was thinking, this is coming from her soul. It's totally not coming from the non-disparagement clause in her $1 million contract that would totally be void if she was to say anything bad about this. No, that has nothing to do with it at all. No, that has nothing. Ignore that over there. This has really shook me and is deeply moving for me as a person who now has moved from identifying to Asian to identifying as black and brown. So
nice.
It really has moved me.
Nice.
I've transitioned into stream right now. Live.
We're pretty much brothers because I'm black from the waist down, so we're good,
me
man.
too.
So all right, cool, hell yeah, man.
I welcome you guys to the brown community. Thank you.
My membership on YouTube. I think I'm the only one. My membership is BLM. It is my actual YouTube member, the base legal mindset. So I mean, of course, I am the biggest BLM supporter, you know, out there.
Ryan is very uncomfortable with the diversity on this screen. This screen suddenly.
I'm about to quit the stream.
Jay, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Why?
Just checking in
Your
with
favorite
you.
black YouTuber.
Who's your favorite Little Mermaid character?
Me?
Who's your favorite Little Mermaid?
Ursula.
The lobster mobster. That's not from the movies.
What'd you think of?
Because I like the fat
McCarthy?
representation. It makes me happy that we have some fat representation.
I figured.
It's an octopus. You know what's really sad about this film too? It's like not all that controversy is that the CGI looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like
it really
looks
does.
Terrible. And I mean, I know not everyone liked Avatar, but that really set the standard for CGI underwater.
Yeah, that's
films.
the real problem. This film coming out right after that. Yeah.
And so it's like after you've watched these underwater visuals and all that stuff with Avatar, you're seeing this. It's like this is terrible.
This
like
is
it just
really
looks
bad.
bad.
Look how
Look
I
at
don't
that.
understand why the color palette is so fucking dark and washed out. Like there's no fucking color in this.
It's dystopian.
Yeah. Like look at that. Why like you know, when you first time that you see like the underwater
God, it
like
just looks bad.
castle and stuff, it's all like beautiful and shit in the
They didn't even give her shells. They didn't even give her shells,
No.
man.
No.
What the heck?
You know, even with the crab bit, it just goes to show how much they don't know about animals and don't do the research either. Because look at this part here, when she triggers that fish to blow up, they don't do that unless they're threatened. And she's like smiling, like, like no, it's
stupid asshole. Look what I did to you.
Yeah, it's supposed to
She
feel.
probably comes
threatened.
down there and slaps him around. Got
Probably.
PTSD.
Yeah.
This is so bad. Everything about it. And I know, Steph, you were very worked up about this trailer when you saw it. So what are you thinking, Steph?
I was. This part, I'm guessing this part is where Sebastian sings Under the Sea, because there's a part where she looks at him. He's right next to her.
Right here.
And it's supposed to be really vibrant and colorful. And see that part? I'm not getting that like at all. Under the Sea is it's just so vibrant and colorful and lively. And looking at Sebastian singing that song, I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine this nasty looking crab. This
Like,
nasty
copy and
looking
paste
crab with these weird lips singing that song. And they had to have given him lips, right? They had to give him lips because he's talking to Ariel, and there's a part in the movie where he has to teach her how to kiss, and he has to pucker his lips. And I'm thinking about that part in the animation, and I'm like, how are they going to bring that to screen? Because that's just going to look creepy. All of the fish, Scuttle looks weird. Scuttle is played by Aquafina, so it's not even a guy playing Scuttle this time around either.
Aquafina.
Yeah. And I'm not looking forward to it at all. This is my Disney movie that I grew up just absolutely loving. Imagine that, right? A brown girl loving this white, redheaded Little Mermaid. I love the songs. I love the movie. It just brings back so many memories of me watching this movie over and over and over and loving it. And just watching all of these live action remakes and being really worried about what they're going to do to the Little Mermaid when they finally get to it. And then I see this and I'm brokenhearted because it looks like trash. It looks like garbage. It does not remind me of anything from the Little Mermaid. Nothing.
Yeah,
None of it. Not even Prince Eric. Like the guy that they got to play Prince Eric, they made him look ugly in this movie. He's not a bad looking guy. Prince Eric is like a lot of girls' first crushes. And the guy that they got to play him, he's a good looking guy, but for some reason he looks terrible in this movie.
I thought he looked awesome when he was drowning in the water. That was cool.
We were supposed to keep this a secret, but Jay does make a cameo in this movie. He's the guy that sings Les Poissons.
There we go.
Oh yeah, we're gonna...
You have the clip of it, Krista?
Les poissons.
Next week.
Hey, the seaweed is always greener, you idiot.
That looks so scary.
Why did they give him the little
Why would I
like they
wanna
give
see
him the little
that?
claw too? Take my strong hand.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to use his claws as the lips. That's what he's going to do, Stephanie. He's going to take his claws and be like, "You have to kiss the girl like this."
I want to let all of my fellow content creators out there know, if you're looking to grow your channel, grift off this movie so damn hard, because it is going to be gold. It is going to be so good. The grift is so good. Rippa might go see it just to roast it. I'm just telling you, that's how bad it looks. Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but Jeremy absolutely loved the Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, you're gonna never let that one die, are you?
Never.
Never gonna let that one die. Go look at Minority Home's Twitter if you want to see her roasting me over it. That one, she's never gonna let that meme die. The fact is, some people have believed that was actually me responding in previous videos. That, like, what was the one that you used? It was
the Eternals.
Yes, the Eternals. Everybody thought I was excited over the Eternals after
What were you really watching there, though? What was
you were Kwame Brown.
Kwame
Kwame
Brown.
To a Kwame Brown video.
Yeah, when
And
Kwame,
when
remember
I watched-
Kwame was like roasting
Jeremy's like
everybody?
sitting there like,
I was like,
yeah,
yeah, because he was just dropping bombs, and I'm like, And then like the way Steph lined it up with the Eternals, and then people were like, "What the fuck? We lost Jeremy. We lost Jeremy. It's over." I was like,
Yeah, and now people think that Jeremy's excited for the Little Mermaid.
I didn't think it was
Last
funny.
Shadow again.
Pitmaster Broda put this out. The most fantastical part of the live action Little Mermaid movie isn't that there's an underwater kingdom of mer people with magic. It's Ariel visiting a late 1700s, early 1800s white kingdom and being treated equally.
Yes.
They're like, who's this mute black chick you walking around with, man?
Yeah.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
Well, Mom, I love her.
I think I sorted it.
Hair, it's not red.
I think I sorted it out. They're probably just grateful it's a woman who doesn't run her mouth.
Oh.
Well, they say that in the cartoon, so.
That's true.
Oh man, what a disaster this is going to be in every way possible. But that's current
$1
Disney
billion.
for you. That's current
$1 billion
Disney.
easy.
I did miss this one earlier, so my apologies to the Crimson Chin, but this is when I was playing the Gavin stuff. He says Gavin is culturally inept. He doesn't understand. Simply complaining about what has happened to the culture isn't enough. To take it back, we have to show interest in all these IPs and create alternatives. It's no surprise Gavin doesn't get it. And that's why you got the Rippaverse. That's why you've got Mike and Josiah doing their thing, creating stuff. Jay is creating stuff. And there's so many people out there that are, creating a parallel economy of sorts. I don't like saying parallel economy because I think that's the name of nothing against Dan Bongino. Yeah, right. Yeah. And nothing against Dan Bongino. I'm just saying it's a good grift on his part to name it that. But yeah, it is a parallel economy that has to be kind of created in order to battle a lot of this stuff.
Honestly, I think I don't even know who that Gavin person was, but honestly, I think there's more people that kind of think like him than we realize.
Of course.
Oh, I believe so. You have 100%.
Well, listen, I think it's a boomer mindset though, because it's people who think you can come into a room and shout nerd, and people are going to scatter and run and flee and cry, and that's just not the reality. That's simply not 2023. That's completely out of the league. And by the way, there's some boomers that get it, but I'm just saying it's outdated, it's old school, and it hasn't been updated.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna come to a channel named Nerdrotic, co-produced by Geeks and Gamers, and call us nerds and geeks and think that's going to hurt our feelings, you really haven't done any research whatsoever. You know what I mean? So it's just not really, that's not reality. But.
Yeah, I mean, things are the previous generations just have to get with the program. My old man was born in 59, and he's the one that got me into Mario Kart. He's the one that still complains, that calls me up and is like, why don't you play World War Z? And I was like, I'm playing Fortnite, Dad. I don't play World War Z. That game came out like 5 years ago. And he's like, oh, man, real men play World War Z and Insurgency Sandstorm, not this Fortnite crap. He's like, but he still loves watching the stream. So, I mean, he gets it.
Just a year ago, I was that guy. Fuck Fortnite. That's for gamer words. And now I'm obsessed with it. So, so even within gaming, even within the nerd culture, we have those takes. But it's like, just don't dismiss it all together, you know what I mean? And that's the problem with it, because you do have people within it. Look, Ryan just shits all over Nintendo fans all day long, and he's worshipped Star Wars his whole life. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what we do. We talk shit to each other. But when you dismiss everything nerd or geek as some loser mentality, that's the bigger problem, because at that point, it becomes that scene in the first Spider-Man movie. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. You know, that goofy line. Anyway, Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear something up. JBS Academy said Ryan's still sitting on his ass doing nothing but grifting from Little Mermaid. I just wanted to be very clear. I grift on like 4 topics a day minimum, not just Little Mermaid. So, but if it does piss you off more and get views, then I will definitely make even more. There's no question.
That is definitely. We cannot. I mean, 4. That's 4. It's got to be more than 4 at this point. You put out so many fucking videos. I can't.
Well, if you count sports for us, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So
he's
always
happy. He's a man of the people. He gives them what they ask for.
That's true. That is true. Diverse grifting, as Evan Martin says. Diverse grifting. The next up is a Rippa topic, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's really, really happy to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, considering that Ant-Man has become a complete and total failure. and that means opportunity for Rippaverse, because that's what a good businessman does. The more Marvel fails, the more that opportunities open up for the Rippaverse. But Ant-Man, at this point in time, there's reports out there that Puss in Boots may actually it at least can compete with it worldwide. And Puss in Boots was a really good movie, movie. And right now, if you would have said like 3 months ago that Puss in Boots would have arguably made as much money or almost as much money as Ant-Man 3 at the global box office, no one would have believed you. That's where, and that's really not a slight against Puss in Boots as much as it's just, that was not a big tentpole movie that you would expect it was going to be a juggernaut at the box office. And I mean, I don't know what the budget was for Puss in Boots. Do you know what it was, Ryan? $90 million. Like and whereas Ant-Man was what, $250 million. And you know, here we
Pray
are.
for mercy.
Yeah, Rolo's a big fan. But so Ant-Man 3 is the result of what we have seen consistently from the Marvel Cinematic Universe since Endgame, and it's diminishing returns on top of diminishing returns on top of diminishing returns. As I said, I think Guardians is going to be it's going to perform very well. I think it's going to be a relatively good movie. I've enjoyed all the Guardians movies up to this point, but I think that's going to be an outlier though, because the Marvels is the next film after Guardians, and that is going to be a train wreck beyond belief. So right now with Ant-Man, what are we? Is it even going to hit $500 million, Ryan?
Probably not. It doesn't look likely that it's going to hit 500 million. Wow. It's probably going to end somewhere between 470 and 490, maybe. And to put that in perspective, the break even for this movie was around $600 million. Between the budget, between the excessive marketing, including the Super Bowl ad, like all this stuff, 600 million worldwide is what they needed to break even on this movie. The first Ant-Man in 2015 made what, 524 million, 514 million, somewhere around there. Ant-Man and the Wasp in 2018 made $620 million, right in that area. It's not going to come close to either of those. And if you look at tickets sold, that's going to be even further off. Like, I don't think you can really overreact to how bad this is for Marvel, considering that it's not just another Ant-Man movie that's shoved in between a couple other things, whatever. This is the movie that they decided to end Phase 4 early, to kick off Phase 5 with this movie, to introduce their next great character, Kang. He's even a bigger threat than Thanos. Oh, by the way, this guy's going to be involved in like several different movies coming up, and your introduction of him is a flop, a failure, a disaster.
It is unbelievable. So, I mean, why did they start out with Ant-Man is my question. Why did they think this was the thing that could set the tone for the next phase? Because as you showed the other day, Kevin Feige back in 2018 talked about the diversity, representation, all this bullshit. And then 2 years later, like, oh, all the mistakes of Marvel Phase 4. And it was like, yeah, when you focus on these things, it's a problem. You would have to think, like, I know that some people are going to hate that I say this, like, Disney has smart people working at their company. They're smart, but they're also vindictive. They clearly, like, you don't get to the point where they're apt. They're also out of touch reality. How did they not see that this was going to be a train wreck is what I don't understand. That's what I can't figure out.
I kind of forget exactly what it was supposed to be because they've mixed up the order and they ended Phase 4 early. I thought that the Marvels was supposed to kick off Phase 5. I could be wrong about that. But if it was, makes sense to me why they might want to fucking move it.
Yeah, so the Marvels is essentially Captain Marvel 2 with a lot of women representation in it. They're not going to call it Captain Marvel 2 because why would you stay with the branding of a film that made $1 billion? Maybe because that was the most protected movie we've ever seen, and where they sandwiched it. But I mean, Ripa is a businessman who I think it's best for business for you if Marvel keeps failing. What do you think the next phase
They're
is
fucked,
like?
dude. Like they've done themselves in. They've between Feige's dumbass and Victoria Alonso, who's also a dumbass to be fair as well. At least when it comes to like what audiences want. I don't think they're very smart people. I know you can look at like, hey, Feige's been the brains of the MCU, and it at some point was good. I don't know. Maybe we're all over kind of stating kind of what his influence certainly was, because it doesn't look like these guys know what the fuck it is that they're doing, and they're focusing on things like, you got to think about Ant-Man as well. Ant-Man checked all these boxes. You got the tokenization of Kang. You got even fucking Pym's dumbass talking about socialism in a positive manner. You got all of this, all of the boxes checked for your leftism in terms of what the direction of modern media is going. And for this to lay the egg that it did, Ryan's completely right in putting it in context. Like, we can't talk about it enough how absolutely bad this was. It's funny how it shifted from this was the #1 movie, and even though the context had been completely removed, like, you're not counting for inflation, you're not accounting for the fact that ticket prices are more, you're not counting for the fact that this is double the budget of what the previous films were, or at least roughly. They said that this was the highest grossing film, at least initially, in terms of the opening weekend, than of anything else in the franchise. And imagine that it started that way and it's going to end being the fucking worst, right? And that's, again, all things considered, that the money doesn't go as far as what it did before. So that's what Ryan is talking about when he's saying, like, when you look at the actual individual ticket sales, you can do the math yourself, do the division yourself. Tickets cost more. What are they up? Tickets, I think, are up almost fucking $5 from what they were in like 2018, or what the
opening weekend of Ant-Man, right? We have those numbers. They don't report these anymore, by the way. Over the past couple of years, they stopped reporting. I know fucking Legal Mindset knows this. They stopped reporting exactly what the average ticket price per year was. I wonder why. But you can, if you dig far enough in some of these articles for specific movie releases for opening weekend, at least find it. Now, I found it out for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It was $13.98. That was the average ticket price here in America for a ticket for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Compare that to a conservative, we'll say a conservative estimate for 2018 Ant-Man and the Wasp, where it was $9. Well, you do the math and you find out that despite them claiming it's the biggest opening in franchise history, that even on opening weekend, 8.3 million people went to go see Quantumania. Or sorry, I don't want to mix that up. 7.5 million people went to go see Quantumania, when 8.3 million went to see Ant-Man and the Wasp back in 2018. So even based off that, they've lost customers. They've lost the audience. Now, with the fact that they won't even get close to that number-wise, woof, bad.
And look, let me tell you, the international box offices don't look much better. I travel a lot. I just came back from Tokyo. I've been in Thailand for a significant period of time. The box offices abroad are empty for Western movies, for Hollywood movies. Absolutely dead. They rip them out of the office as soon as possible. And for example, in Korea, they'll play a local Korean movie because they know it'll net more money. They know they're not making absolutely anything on these. They're keeping these theaters open and empty with nobody going to see these things at all. Nobody's talking about those. You know what they'll talk about? The Demon Slayer movie. They won't talk about that. I haven't heard a peep about any Marvel movie since I've moved over here 2 years ago.
Yep, you got Krista woke up on that one, so she's ready to talk about Demon Slayer. So
back to her Demon Slayer. Watch it, and I was like,
anime.
I was freaking out.
Yeah. How much did you like that one, Krista? Demon Slayer, before Jay goes and talks about his comic and changes.
I loved it. It was great seeing it on the big screen because I haven't done that because where I live back home, they don't have that. So it was awesome getting to see that at City Walk. I had a great time. So yeah, I recommend going to see it if you haven't already.
They don't have movie theaters in Canada, ladies and gentlemen.
I used to do the leases. I used to do the leases for City Walk.
What's that?
Nice.
I used to do the leases for City Walk. When I was,
really?
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. That is cool. I love City Walk.
Also, Ryan brought this up, but yeah, the original Phase 4 was supposed to end with the Marvels.
There you go.
And they completely restructured it. And the thing is, too, I mean, part of it obviously was 2020, but you can see how they, like the very end, they just threw everything they had at the wall and just were like, whatever. And then, yeah, they, like Ryan said, they very abruptly were like, because they admitted it. They're like, hey, we know you guys don't really understand what's going on. It hasn't really seemed cohesive. We promise there's an idea. And guess what? Phase 5 is gonna blow you guys' minds, you know, because here comes Kang, you know, and yeah, I mean, you know, you look at it and the quality of it, and it's obvious, you know, with all the constant stories about reshoots and changes and story adjustments, and then them constantly shuffling around these movies and stuff. I don't really think they know what they're doing anymore. I mean, I don't think they know what they're going to do, especially with Ant-Man doing what it just did. So,
yep. Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think they know that there's something, you know, something's up. I don't know if you could share my screen, but even Bob Iger's like, do we need a third or fourth sequel for every character in Marvel? And they're being very careful with Star Wars movies. So obviously the numbers are hitting the front desk and they're just like, I wonder how this works.
He did say something else though that takes away all that hope, which is like we need to keep pushing new characters and all this stuff. Yeah, Ripple knew that. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, this doesn't matter, man.
I mean,
I'd rather have Captain America 20 times.
But that's the thing, though. It's like they have to follow it. Like they have to say stuff like that.
Of course.
So, but almost like when you see like titles like, you know, headlines, you just wonder if they're smelling something in the air that, hey, man, we're losing a lot.
They don't got fucking money.
Yeah, they're broke. Yeah.
They don't have any fucking money, man. Like they still have debt from that Fox acquisition, like a decent amount of debt from the Fox acquisition. They took a massive hit worldwide when other parks shut down for COVID.
And let's be clear, Ryan. That's their number one money maker. Still is the parks, right? The parks revenue, you know, is still the largest segment of their revenue. We focus so much on the IP, but frankly, the IP, you know, isn't what makes the money in the United States. So that's something that is going to hit them in the face, particularly with the redoing. And I've said it a lot, talked about this topic, but the redoing of Reedy Creek, the transparency and oversight, that is going to hit them over the years with billions of dollars of fees and just sums that they weren't paying before because it was all Peter and Paul.
Wait, you mean Disney has to pay? You mean all those
I know.
people, it's not me, the
How
taxpayer
dare.
that lives in the area. Yeah.
How dare they not? How dare they not put it on those trailer parks on in Kissimmee, right? How dare they not levy it on those?
Yeah. And I think the idea that so many people are pushing hard on that to try to like be like, oh no, DeSantis didn't actually do anything, blah blah blah. It's really weird. Like the cope is really weird with that. But more so than anything else, you talked about like an hour ago, the idea that they now have to actually get permission to do things like every other fucking business here in the state of Florida and really everywhere, like that is huge because it's not like punishing Disney. That's not really what it's about. It's about putting the playing field with everybody else now.
Yes.
Now they have to wait. Like if Universal wants to do something, they propose something, they have to submit it. They have to wait. They have to do all this. Disney never had to do any of that for the past half century.
You want to know what's funny? It was the Democrats that wanted that to be done. Like I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Yes.
The Democrats were pushing the Republican Party to strip Disney of this Reedy Creek deal. And they were like, no, we won't do it. But now DeSantis did it. These same people that were pushing for it are saying this is terrible. It's just like, you can look it up. It's like right there.
They cannot keep their narrative straight. I mean, it was a panic. When I was working in this area, I formed the most, when I was in special districts, I formed the most in Florida. It was all about Democrats coming in and taking away the powers of special districts because they benefit companies. They all tend to benefit companies universally, whether it's Disney or whether it's the Villages. You may have heard of a little place called the Villages in Florida. That is owned by a single company, just like Reedy Creek, except for they didn't have the power to build a freaking nuclear plant.
Probably a pharmacy because there's a lot of STDs in that place.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's the capital.
And swinging. So you know, Ryan Kennel can finally get some action.
Those seniors definitely F around.
Yeah. Yeah.
No comment.
That I won't.
Yeah, no comment. But I mean, ultimately, it's Disney, like that nonsense Bob Iger just said about, you know, do we need a sequel? You just need to do shit the right way instead of pushing diversity and inclusion and representation bullshit.
Well, I mean,
that's what you
this
need.
Previous phase, like it's so many uninteresting characters that
yes
nobody asked for. Like the Eternals, like was such a bizarre. Like just concept of and then again, it's not like you even did it based on the actual Eternals. You got like every fucking Eternal for the most part, aside from like 2 where either race swapped or gender swapped. It was all fucked. It wasn't like you were even giving something that was recognizable. They were only the Eternals. in name, but it was such a bizarre kind of. I think what they bit off more than they can chew, and they got cocky because they looked at it like we just came off of this phase between Endgame as well as Infinity War. We could basically shit out billion-dollar movies, so they used that. Or thinking that, okay, if we go into this next phase, we can bring in all these characters nobody fucking asked for, and we can do these movies and they're going to be successful. So I think they overplayed, I guess, their hand, because that's just not the case. And then even now, like, I guess they're starting to get casting for the Fantastic Four. That's going to be, who Lord knows the hell is going to happen with that. Eventually you're probably going to get some X-Men and stuff like that. That may be really the only thing that they have. Like that will maybe have some people seeing some sort of enthusiasm, but
it's
trust Marvel to do that, right? Though, like I put it out like 3 years ago. Like, good luck thinking you're getting like a bunch of, like, with Fantastic Four, you're not getting a straight white family. Forget about it. It's just not gonna happen. They've already tokenized with the Michael B. Jordan shit. You're going to get either that or literally Johnny's going to be like a flaming homosexual, which seems to be the most obvious thing. Which seems to be the most obvious thing that they're probably going to do, or something like that. But they're not going to be the actual Fantastic Four. That's a functional straight white family. That's just, you're not going to get that in this day and age. So even of the ones that need to, I guess that maybe they're sitting on, like with Fantastic Four and the X-Men, that may get some more enthusiasm. Do you even trust them to do that right? Right? Yeah, and probably not. You know what I mean? Like, because I certainly don't trust them to do it correctly.
No, not even close. And that's where, like, go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was just gonna say, well, even with like Deadpool, when they had Deadpool and everything, this is their opportunity to recast Wolverine and maybe make a more comic book accurate Wolverine. And they're like, yeah, we got Hugh Jackman back. Isn't that awesome, guys? And I'm like, yeah, well, is he going to be in the movie? They're like, well, he keeps saying he wants to be done, but we keep throwing a lot of money at him, and he's fronting Ryan Reynolds, so that was good for us. But, like, yeah, I mean, the Fantastic Four, like, the fact that Doctor Doom wasn't announced, or it hasn't appeared anywhere, is like an obvious mistake.
That has to be the obvious villain when that whole thing pops off. They'd be retarded not to do that.
It makes so much fucking sense. Or if you're gonna go bigger and better, fucking Galactus. I mean, like, there's so many.
Silver Surfer. You got all the Fox properties, so you can do. You can.
The thing is, like, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom to me makes the most sense because I feel like it's the most relatable one. If that, like, it's the most tangible one, whereas, like, Galactus is so freaking crazy, like, power level and gigantic, like, all that stuff. I feel like that can be tough to get across sometimes. Yeah. Like, at least if you want an actual, like,
don't forget what they did. Y'all remember the Fantastic Four with what's the name and what?
They made him a fart cloud.
Yeah,
like,
oh my god, man!
For Galactus, man. He was sucking up everything, man.
Oh, that was fucking terrible.
Well, I mean, look at this. Okay, so let's if Marvel was or let's say if Disney was to come to me and they're like, okay, here's what we want. We want to elevate diverse characters, but how do we do that? And I'm like, well, first of all, the business wise, what you would want to do is you would want to do what the NBA has done, or something like that with the WNBA. The NBA is funded the WNBA, and it's funded it to the point where it's made it relevant enough where you hope people would watch it. What's the end result? Nobody fucking cared about the WNBA. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Whoa! Didn't we trade the Lord of War for WNBA players? Exactly. So we actually do care.
Yeah, we do.
Exactly. So the most relevant the WNBA ever got was when Brittany Griner, who I'm still not sure is a woman, got arrested over in Russia, and then no one really still cared at that point. Like, there was the most attention the WNBA's ever gotten. So ultimately, it doesn't matter how hard you push it. It doesn't matter how much you fund it. If people don't care, people don't care. People don't care about diverse characters. They care about good characters. That's all they care about. And we've had plenty of good characters that ended up diverse. Say hello to the X-Men from back in the day. That is your definition of this diversity push that they want, but they're not interested in that. None of this shit's ever going to be sustainable. It's never going to work long term. It's just not going to happen. So all you're going to do is continue to, it's an endless cycle of nonsense is where we are. Endless cycle, and they're never going to gain any ground on this, and that's why they're going to continue to try to blame the audience. But what really drives them crazy is 5, 6, 7 years ago, YouTube and the internet was full of the John Campias of the world, the people that would kiss their ass for access, the people that would give them good reviews for nothing more than I got an early screening. Because in that world, the only thing that really picked up algorithm on YouTube was getting a review out early. That was the name of the game. If we can get the review out a few days early, we're gonna be the dominant voice. We're the only ones that people care about, and they set the tone. 5 years later, 6 years later, whatever, that whole narrative is gone. It's over with. None of that matters. And they hate that there are people, so many people, and it's not just this stream. It's not just Friday Night Tights. Those are, obviously really, big streams, but like there's so many people out there that are just calling this shit out, and it's driving them crazy. They can't control the narrative anymore. So
Jay's always trying to get his videos out before everybody else who goes and does reviews.
Well, they can't control the narrative, and they're actually competing against the people. They're competing against the people that are, kind of perpetuating the criticism. That's the biggest thing too. That the entertainment industry, YouTube and all the other video platforms, Twitch, all of them basically threw a bomb into Hollywood and the entire entertainment industry, and destroyed everything that they had. That's basically what happened. That's why now you see all the big businesses trying to pay YouTube, get their own streaming platforms and everything, because they want to compete, but they can't, because it's a paradigm shift that nobody ever anticipated. The fact that you can sit around in your bedroom, and as long as you got an internet connection and a shitty camera and a microphone, like you're good. Like you can become bigger than some celebrities ever will be. I mean, we saw that during the pandemic when all these celebrities tried to go on YouTube, and they tried to, Brie Larson tried to like come off as authentic, and you saw like, no, these people are full of shit. Like they can't be a normal person. They don't have that authenticity. They don't have that relatability. And that's the difference that this online entertainment gives you as a platform. And because of that, now we have a voice. So entertainment has been democratized basically. And now it's a true free market. And because of that, they can't compete the way that they used to. And it pisses them off, especially when they get criticism that also is entertainment at the same time. So it's a competitor that they've never had before, and they don't know what to do other than trying to stack the deck against us, either using the government to get bailouts, trying to use social media platforms to silence us. Like that's all they can do, because they can't compete in the new market.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
They have, when you have money to lose and your livelihood to lose, you're gonna attack, and you're gonna respond back. And people don't realize how like some of the tactics that these people use behind the scenes that they don't tell anybody about. Some people that they pay to do this, or offer benefits to come out against you and talk about you. The fact that news publications, we talked about this a couple weeks ago with Ripa, the fact that no news publications at all talked about a black-owned fucking business breaking records and making $3.7 million on his first fucking issue, and didn't say anything about it. They're like, nah, we're not going to cover any of that, because they know that this is what it is. And the fact is, like, you can read the chat, and on Friday Night Tights, on any given night, you can read the chat, and people be like, I used to go to the theater and go see movies. I'd rather be at home watching this. And now the people that they were saying, hey, I'd rather be watching you and giving you my money, are going, hey, well, guess what? Not only do we appreciate that you're watching us and spending time with us, we're going to start making creative stuff for you guys too. Because we not only do we appreciate that you guys are supporting us, but we like good entertainment and good stories too. And we want to get back to that place. So now we'll be the ones to supply that for you. That's fucking terrifying. Because that's the other thing too. They have a relationship with these people. You don't have a relationship with Disney. You don't have, like, these actors and stuff are completely fucking fake. We got to see how fake they were during 2020 when they're sitting in their homes going, I'm so bored. I've played tennis on my private tennis court 6 times today, and I've been in my hot tub 4 times, and I don't know what else to do. You got Madonna like bathing in fucking milk. Like, I mean, so it was obvious that the game was up at this point, and they try to adjust, but they can't pivot, because guess what? On YouTube, they've also exposed themselves, because a lot of these celebrities went on YouTube, got pushed super hard, and then fucking disappeared as soon as they got a movie. they abandoned their audiences, and those people don't forgive easily. You can watch those numbers and look and see a lot of people just abandon. They're like, fuck you, you're not going to stick around and hang out with us. All right, cool, we'll go find somebody that will. So yeah, they've completely dropped the ball on this.
Yeah, there was a up and coming YouTuber. He got a real big push from YouTube, and you know, his name was Will Smith, I think, and he had a bit of a breakdown about a year ago, you know, and so he got a real big push from YouTube though, but he just yeah, it is what it is. I do have exclusive video of Marvel Phase 5. If you guys want to see, I have an exclusive clip if the audience wants to see it.
Let's do it.
This is
Check
it.
it
So
out.
it's real quick. It's only 3 seconds. All right, but it's a real quick. So this is going to give you some insight into the Marvel Phase 5. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Damn! It's Kevin Feige. Oh, she gonna fall again.
Got him.
Oh, it's so good. It never gets old, dude. God, it's just wham. I don't know if they added sound effect to the noise when she hit, but it's perfect. It's perfect. Holy shit. All right, so we're getting ready for some super chats. Andrew, how much longer you got with us?
I can hang out till I hang out. It's daytime here in Korea. I'm living my best life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the chat has been focused on Jay.
Yeah,
That's all
a
they
lot.
care about is Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, do
It
you
was-
have, like,
it's more of like a health and welfare check, like, you know, when the cops are sent by, like, are you still breathing? Are you okay?
I was listening. It was engaging conversation.
They was gonna say something and like
I just kept getting cut off, and now I totally forgot.
Before we move on, Ryan,
what?
It's promo time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we announced a week ago today, Geeks and Gamers officially partnered with Meta PCs. You guys know I've been working with them for a while now, and I've gone out there. I've met Zach. I've met all the guys that are building the computers at their old warehouse before they moved in this fancy new one in Arizona. I got to go back out there and check these guys out. But we officially are working with them. They sent us 4 fucking awesome PCs that we're using here around Geeks and Gamers headquarters. And if you are in need of a new PC, whether you want to custom build your own, whether you want a pre-built one, whether you want to take one of the suggested ones we have on the landing page, there is a link that I think the mods have been dropping that you can go there and check it out. Use promo code GEEKS for a discount.
Yes.
Meta PCs, they make great computers, but most importantly, they support what we're doing. They're not going to cancel us because we don't like the Little Mermaid. So,
Yes.
good people.
Yeah, I heard that. But yeah, seriously, really excited about this. So we really do appreciate you guys. So use that promo code or use that code GEEKS if you do get one. And yeah, just go check them out. Just check out the site, see what you think, and we'll go from there. So we do have some super chats. You guys have been insane tonight. So it's just greatly appreciated. Britt Cormier for
my boy from my channel.
Hundy.
Appreciate you,
Hell
brother.
yeah. Gavin is just a shock jock. He will say anything to be controversial to get a reaction, including faking his own arrest, which I said was a possibility the day it happened in Legal Mindsets Discord. Let's see. As I understand, it was he who was the one that contacted Gary to be on the show. Yes, that is what I understand too. So
and that's the hint that somebody's clout chasing is they're chasing you to get on for a reason, right? They have an agenda, they have a plan, right? It's not you coming out, it's not organic, it doesn't come out of a good interaction with them. It's somebody you don't know, comes out of nowhere, who's just like, hey, I really want to come on. It's because you got an agenda.
Yeah, kind of like you did with me. I'm kidding.
Whoa. Well, you had to romance me in stream. There was a lot of flute playing. There was a lot of trashing of Ryan Kendall that happened before you came.
He's like, motherfucker, you're reading a $100 super chat from somebody in my audience. Go fuck yourself. That's what he's thinking. So after he gets the Tom Cruise, what is this shit? What is this shit? Is this your alt account right here? Tom Cruise? Come on.
He's twice
a manlet.
He's twice as tall as Tom Cruise.
I know. You're like twice as tall.
Andrew, could if we all got in a plane and came over there, like, could you house us all? like in your giant
yeah. Oh
mansion?
yeah. Fuck yeah. I could find a place for you guys to crash in Korea, Tokyo. In fact, I just started a new channel, Go East Gentlemen, for folks that are trying to move over to Asia and like come over and visit. And I'm actually planning on holding events in Tokyo and Seoul. So I definitely would be down.
My
for
name
that
on
to
that
show you
list.
guys around.
Yeah,
for sure.
I lived in Japan
sure.
for a couple of years back in the day. It was pretty.
That's
awesome.
actually
pretty dope.
it's pretty cool because we actually and I'll talk to you about it offline. But we actually
Sure.
I'd had an opportunity presented to me about Geeks and Gamers going to maybe Tokyo for doing some work over there, like vlogging and stuff like that. It's probably a year away from anything like that happening, but I think that will be a great opportunity for us.
Oh,
so I'll
for
talk to
sure.
you about
guys,
that.
link up. We can find a studio. We can do some recording. It'll be amazing.
I'll head over there
Tokyo's
next month.
dope.
Let's go.
Let's
Hey,
go. Let's do it. Jake.
no,
Come on.
we got Fortnite to play. You ain't going nowhere. So
You can do it from here. We got good internet. Have you seen StarCraft? Have you seen StarCraft?
You know, I would think about doing something like that, but I really despise other cultures. So I don't know if
Jay wants to go see BTS.
No, man, I want to go to.
Oh,
I want to go to Universal Tokyo.
It
And,
is dope.
I want to sleep in a capsule in the airport for $20.
if I walk, do they have ones big enough for you?
There's one's big enough for me even. Yes.
Okay. There you go.
I think
Yeah,
Edge
so
is taller than me, so I think they
You're
would
good?
fit.
What would happen if I walked around and pointed to every Korean man I saw and asked if they were a member of BTS? Would that be frowned upon?
You would
or-
eventually get deported. Yes, eventually.
Eventually. Well, so on that point, Andrew, because we're still at peak viewership here, tell them about whatever channel you have, like if you want your
Yeah,
second
sure.
area
So
or whatever. So
my second channel, I just dropped the link in the private chat, but that's my channel, Go East Gentlemen. That's
Oh
the one
man, I
just
like the
started.
fucking thumbnails. Never mind, I'm looking to go
Yeah,
out there.
you'll be here in a second if you
Right.
look at thumbnails. But it's all about practical advice. There's a lot of guys who talk about the problems in America, whether it's the crazy woke politics or whatever else, and or feminism or whatever else. The guys who are having trouble. So I want to reach out to guys who are like me. Maybe you're a young guy, mid-career. You want to move over here and you want visa information. You want practical information, not just complaining about the problems, but solutions. So that's why I started that video. I upload one video per day. So I record a hell of a lot of content. But I'm going to be covering East and Southeast Asia. So
hold on, that
Korea-
sounds like Passport Bros.
It is
these
passport. It is
thumbnails.
passport.
It does sound
Bros.
like Passport Bros. That's exactly what I was thinking. It sounds like
Except for-
Passport Bros.
look at
Yeah.
these thumbnails. How could you not want to subscribe to this channel?
I mean,
come on.
seriously, look at these.
I'm
They're
already
fire.
subscribed. Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you guys. Just started the channel. He's brand new.
Leave,
But
literally, leave
Can we
now.
Can we get him to 7? Give me
Give me 1,000.
Let's
You
get
can
to
get
1,000
right now. Right
Let's
now,
get him
so I
to
can monetize.
1,000. We can do that. Come on, peeps. Let's do that.
Soul
Come on.
seduction. I
Main
like
event.
that.
We got over 4,000 people here. We can get him 280 subs.
How many of the
Come
women on these
let's do it.
thumbnails have
Subscribe for the
penises?
boobies.
Only
Only in
5%. Only 5%. Yes.
Wait a minute, Krista, say that one more time so we can get him the subs. Go ahead.
Subscribe for the boobies.
All right, there we go. There we
There-
go. Come on.
it's
How
over.
you?
It's
It's
over.
over. It's over now.
over.
It's over now.
It's
So-
over. Thank you guys. But literally
All
hit
right.
me up. I'll have a lot of information. I'll have an ebook dropping with some good tips. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email and I'll try to help you out if you're thinking about coming to Asia, whether that's Japan, Korea, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, anywhere. I'll try to help you guys out.
Heck yeah, man. Good stuff. All right. So you guys go, we got links in the chat right there. So you guys make sure you drop that. And good stuff, man. All right, Ryan. It's your
Yes.
show, buddy.
All right, read your money. All right.
Yes.
Matt HTX for 50.
That's a
Did we say this
two-parter. So
one?
he had a 20 and a 50. So read the 20 first if you can find it. I meant to start when it came in, but the discussion was just too damn good.
All right, Matt for
Yeah.
20 says just got out of Ant-Man Quantumanium. It was actually pretty good. That I disagree, but here's the second part. I wasn't gonna watch Ant-Man, but was at the theater. I'm looking forward to Mario, John Wick, and MI8 Dead Reckoning. I'll try to see y'all in Vegas. Yes, Mission Impossible 8 Dead Reckoning is probably my most anticipated movie of the year. I think it's gonna be badass. So
Mine is 100% Mario. Mario will be $1 billion film. Odin will be eating pineapple pizza. I'm still not sure how the hell that whole fucking thing happened. It's not like I predicted it was going to make $1 billion, but I've kind of got pushed into that, and now I'm just doubling down on
Yeah,
it. But
you
I do
did
believe,
say it.
I do believe it's going to make $1 billion at this point. I mean, the hype's just stupid.
And isn't
So-
I know the super chat said MI8 Dead Reckoning. I think it's going to be MI7 is Dead Reckoning Part 1 if I'm counting my Mission Impossibles right. And then Dead Reckoning Part 2 will be MI8, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But yes,
Also-
either way, I'm really looking forward to all those movies too. So hopefully we'll see you in Vegas.
Andrew, you are less than, you're like 32 away from 1,000.
Oh yeah, it's happening right now. Appreciate you.
Right.
That's the power of the dark side. Let me tell you, that's why I embrace it.
It's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. So
I was gonna
I'm
say,
happy.
John Wick 4, by the way, Chris Gore saw it and already did like a spoiler-free review of it and said it was fucking awesome. He said it was like better than the first movie, so I'm pretty fucking pumped for that.
I need to catch up on them. So, but I mean, I was just Keanu, so I won't have no problem watching those and catch up on it.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Castle for 20.
Go ahead.
Castle for 20. My boy, Kawhi Mindset.
Get the hell out of here and go lift, fatty. Come on. That's one of my boys. He's been doing a good job in the gym, but I appreciate everybody who's improves themselves every single day. That's the best thing you can do is compete against yourself, and you will always win.
Absolutely.
That's true because you're probably a loser. So it's easy
Oh
to
yeah,
beat you.
you're a freaking loser.
Look at here. It's official, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys feel that?
Hey, there we go.
The grip has been unlocked.
I like how you went over. I like how you went back to the video tab instead of the.
Well,
the
yeah, I don't want to
shorts.
see this shit.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. That's the premium content. That's the premium content.
Hey, he appreciates it. I'm still grifting for him. It's
Yeah,
better to
no.
grift with that screen than that shit. I mean, come on.
I agree. Nobody wants to see that.
I hate those fucking YouTube the shorts auto thumbnails.
Yeah, I know.
Horrible.
Yeah.
We should get Jason.
Yeah, it's really bad. And by the way, so tonight, Krista will be live on Geeks Gamers Twitch. I'll be live on DDA Cobra. Jay's going to be live, and Rolo will be live. We're running Fortnite tonight after main event. So if you want some video games, you'll have
I'm
it.
probably gonna jump off in like 15 minutes to eat and set that up. So
Okay. All right.
FMJHP for 10. Gavin had a golden opportunity. He chose to piss it away. He had a golden
Literally.
shower opportunity. Has his wonky eyebrow for 2. What did Jay Spill wear to make you folks late?
We were before we
We
were
were a little
late.
late.
Yeah, I guess we were late. I
Jay
actually
spilled his broccoli.
Yeah.
And his JNAs.
Stacy S for 20. All you are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Stacy. Taters Vivo for 10. After watching Rippa defeat the light-skinned final boss, I just imagine Mike disappearing into the hedge like Homer. Anyways, hail TNME. Hi, chat, and hi, Steph.
They got that from when I posted it on Twitter. I was like, every time Rippa argues with a light skinned dude, I'm just like, damn, I'm gonna log off Twitter for the day. I don't even just like close my phone. I log out of Twitter. I'm just like, I can't go back.
The guy's like, I've been called the N-word more times than I can count. And you're like,
well, it's my favorite part. I'm sitting there watching it, and then he goes, I've been called the N-word more time, and Rippa goes, are you light skinned? I was like, oh damn.
The
got up
funny
and
thing
walked up
is,
the
like,
road.
he didn't give it away with anything. Like, I just like it just all hit me at once, like between his cadence, between how he was like hyper emphasizing all this racism shit. And I was like, wait a minute. Are you actually mixed? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh fuck, man. Here we go again.
I'm done. I'm not arguing with some guy who's white passing. Like,
I was like, man, you fucked it up. Now I gotta hear it.
When the guy was giggling, Riff was like, "Are you gay?" It took him like a minute.
That movie was straight, because I didn't know.
Are you straight? Yeah, it took him a minute to answer. And
he
it's like,
never.
He goes, "Cause you giggling kind of funny."
Oh man.
I was waiting for the spectrum, but I think you forgot that part. That's my favorite line ever.
Autism, he has some problems. Like,
are you on the spectrum?
Maybe, I think he's just young and dumb more than anything.
Dude, I can. Steph, can you please get that clip of Rippa where he's like, "Are you on the spectrum?" Like, I want to use that as a StreamYard, like like a clip right there. Look at Drew.
Freaking Drew.
Get that. Ryan will defeat racism. He is the chosen one. Black people will see it soon. See you guys April 7th on FNT. Nice. Hell yes.
Hell yeah, Drew.
Oh,
What's
man.
going on, Drew?
Freaking Drew.
That's true. I'm really the great uniter. I'll bring everybody together.
He'll absorb all the racism into his body all at one time.
The white
Okay,
savior.
shoot it all up to the sky. And send it out. I'll be like the beam of light in like the third act of a fucking MCU movie or something.
The racism, he's absorbing it. Yeah.
Do you know how mad it makes these fucking mentally ill leftists on Twitter that just talk about this shit and how we just laugh it off and make jokes of it? It makes them so mad. And I
You
love
can't
it.
have fun. Fun is illegal. Fun
No.
is not permitted.
Yeah.
Fun is a crime, essentially, at this point.
Yep, absolutely.
Marcus Henry for 2. Rolos are weird.
Rolos are weird. I like how that's a standard now. No
That's
matter
how it
every
is.
stream
That's
you're
it.
on, you're gonna get that $5 super
Mhm.
chat. Rolos are weird.
There you go.
Lulu Blue for $5 says Dove soap, huh? Well, see you later.
Man.
Ripa, did you see my response to Dove soap?
Yeah, I saw it.
I was just strategically like, I was on my live stream. I was on Cobra Cast last night. I
Yeah,
was like,
because I was
it's gotta be a
watching
good one.
when you were like
Okay.
going on your phone. You were like,
Yeah.
I'm on a ratio. He's got. I saw it, yeah. I was
All you
watching.
needed was like 15 likes.
Yeah,
Didn't need
no.
much.
I
Such a
know.
bizarre tweet, man. Like, the
It
fuck is
is.
going on? I feel like that's just a rogue, like whoever social media account, like manager or whatever, just like.
Yeah, but that's what their commercials and stuff are all about too, though.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I know they have that one about like
That's
fat,
it right
trying to
there.
make it
Mhm.
illegal for fat discrimination or some shit. Like,
So here it is.
I'm gonna be in prison if that.
I like
shit
how
ever
that
gets
original fat trans heifer fucking
Locked it. She
private
locked
into
it
the account
down.
or whatever.
Yeah, she locked it down. Stop giving fat suits awards. We want better representation in Hollywood. So I just responded with a Ripa, go fuck yourself. So
Get that 600-pound bitch on that couch. And roll the cameras.
Imagine
man.
hiring a 600-pound person and expecting them to be able to act. Like, expect them to be able to do something for more than 10 or 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that's
Just
too
like-
much. I'm thinking more five
You
to
just give
seven.
them a couple lines and let them
If
sleep
those
on the
people
couch.
can even reach their dick to jerk off, they're in danger of fucking having a heart attack if
Yeah,
they come.
those
So,
guys-
you know,
Well,
they
look.
can't do anything.
You know that ad that I Speak My Truth in my Calvin's one with the obese chick on it, right? You know, she's like the giant chick. They tried to put that up in Seoul. It lasted like 1 week and then they took it down. Like that was selling like absolute zero and damaging their brand. It was ridiculous.
Selling negative.
Yeah.
It was making people walk away. Yeah. Skeletor for 20. Rumor from Doomcock. The upcoming Star Wars celebration is a going away party for Kathleen Kennedy, and not much upcoming Star Wars content will be revealed. So really, Star Wars celebration is another disappointment if it's true. Guess we'll see if Kathleen
Guess we'll
Kennedy's
see.
retirement is announced at celebration. Chris B for 10. Jay, as the piracy expert of the panel, who's the better aspiring pirate? Guy Bush Threepwood or Jack Sparrow?
Guybrush Threepwood.
I don't know.
Do you know who Guybrush
Aren't you
is?
supposed
He's
to
from
know?
Monkey
I don't know who's
Island.
better. So
I think Jack
I'll
Sparrow's
get
better.
back to you.
Jack Sparrow's better.
Thanks.
The Phoenix Sage for 20. Self-motivation is a weapon these weirdos do not want anyone to have. Ripa is the perfect example.
Oh yeah.
Slade Lawton for 10. My 21-year-old ass, feel old yet, decided to buy a Make Marvel Mail Again shirt. And when it arrives, I'll walk around Target with it on. It'll be a nice throwback to being a pest in the hockey rink. I wore it to Target the first time I went, and it was a Target that was very close to Disney, where all the cast members were at after their work. Like, they were still dressed up. A lot of them were giving me dirty looks. So I thought it was just me, but maybe a little bit was the shirt. As is wonky eyebrow for 2. Nice to see David Hay and Phil Tufnell on the show. Anybody know who those guys are? Maybe one of them looks like Legal Mindset. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, I'll take it. I think. I don't know.
You look them up, it's just like some fucking weird drag queen or something.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take it. I've been called worse.
Steven Wasik for 20. Legal Mindset is right. Trying to sway boomers stuck in their ways is a fool's errand. You need to preach their ways to casuals and normies. Also, problem with shooters is the unrealism, i.e. reduced recoil and actual silent silencers, to name a few.
Yeah, I think like you're seeing a lot of normies get red pilled, especially like when we came through the pandemic and all the bullshit right now. They're the fact that they're trying to lie to their face about objective reality. That's really starting to turn people to the side of, wait a second, this is not what it seems. You're seeing multiple things come out, whether it's about J6, whether it's about the Roni Rona. They're seeing that the things that are being presented are not what they are. And if you have eyes, you can see that, and you're willing to wake up to the truth.
Yep, absolutely. And I want to thank WG for the 10 gifted memberships. I want to thank Dalu for 5 gifted memberships. We have 42 new members on this stream. WG in a member message says, my next super chat will cost me. I don't know what he means by that, but I'm looking forward to it. So let's see. And I'm just catching up with some of the member stuff right now. Go ahead, Ryan.
The fuck is this? Ryan can only step to the black tiles of checkered board floors. That's the fuck you come up with this shit, Mayor of Mayhem. Jesus Christ.
Look at
God.
Steph. Look at Steph.
R.I.P.
She can't even.
R.I.P.
Play the coffin meme. She's dead. She's not coming back.
Mark Sermon for 10. Jay. This is for Jay. What did the leper say to the hooker? Keep the tip.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Jay,
the parts fall off.
Yeah. I got a
He
quote
means a
from
penis.
Jay.
It's
I was
terrible.
not ready for that. I was not ready for that. What just happened?
How was that a quote from me when Krista one is
dick
clearly
tip,
saying it?
Jay. His dick tip broke off.
It's for you.
Epic Mike's
Maybe I should have been with
braids.
a pirate question. You just like
I didn't
He
answer
also
the
said, "I
pirate
don't
question
know."
well either.
Epic Mike's braids for $2 says freedom, freedom.
I'll let them bitches out. I'll let them free.
Rolando A. Ramirez for 20. I'm 22. I've seen plenty of movies with black actors in them. That was either lying or dumb. Hail. Yeah.
I love that Ryan couldn't get through that.
It's just like the fact that was his argument was crazy.
We got 20 gifted memberships from Kevin. Thank you. 20 gifted memberships. I will never stop being thankful for gifted memberships, considering it took this channel so long to get them. So thank you guys so much for that.
Stacy S for 10. Legal Mindset looks like a young Ed Norton from the movie Rounders.
That is an excellent movie.
That is an excellent movie. That is like Edward Norton back in the day. Edward Norton, American History X, Rounders, Fight Club, Primal Fear. Is that what it was with Robert? What's his name? The hamster guy, gerbil guy, the guy that likes gerbil.
I like him in The Last Dragon.
Richard, yeah, him. What was that? Primal Fear? Is that what he was? Primal Fear, where he played
hamster guy.
Yeah,
Primal Fear.
Yeah, I mean, Edward Norton is a phenomenal. The Illusionist. He is a phenomenal Italian job. Edward Norton is a great fucking actor. He was a far better Hulk than Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, I wish he was still our Hulk.
Yeah,
Shit.
far better. So yeah, he's great. 25th Hour is another one. That's a really good movie. American History X to me was the best acting I'd ever seen.
I could really identify with that movie.
That's why I was like, why do you keep bringing it up, Jeremy? Damn.
Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 5. Jay's the kind of guy who would drive all the way to California to return somebody's wallet, only to arrive at the door and realize he forgot it.
That is
was
Jay.
good. That was good.
That is
That was good, but I didn't laugh.
Laura Lynn Lance for 2. Hiya, Steph, Krista. Smooches for Jay. Hi, Geeks and Gamers.
What's up?
Hello. Thank you.
Wicked Ends for 10. The fact that he's talking about Jeremy specifically shows he was triggered. It's really what Jeremy said. He pushed back during FNT because he knows it's true. Thank you, Wicked Ends. Sir, Rounded by Idiots for 20. Can't wait for live action Finding Nemo. In real life, the absence of a female clownfish will cause the dormant male to switch genders. The story will be Marlin transitioning and trying to find Nemo for breeding purposes.
Stunning and brave.
So bad. Hayden just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Jack Hudson dropped a gifted membership. You guys are crushing it tonight.
Bill
This is
Sotheby
how you
for
act
20.
when legal mindset's on. I'm just gonna bring it back every fucking week.
Next time you gotta pay my retainer, Jeremy.
Bill Sotheby for 20. Poor Unfortunate Souls is supposed to be a song, not the meta commentary surrounding the fans of Little Mermaid. W. Porter for 10. Hail G&G. I love you prioritize content your audience wants instead of pushing content you think the audience should want, like Disney. On a side note, when do we get to see Jeremy chug hot dog milk again?
That ain't happening again.
I can't believe you fucking let it pour down your shirt like that and on the
hey,
floor
man,
here
I
of
was
this
rolling
house.
I was rolling for the moment, man. It was a good moment. It was fun. Me and Camelot had a lot of fun. Shout out to Camelot. He's a mad man.
His room smells like spoiled milk now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going on a stream
that's-
next week. Pray for me.
Marksman for $2 says corn pop. Marksman for $2 says corn pop. Thanks. River Miles for 10. If Ariel saved lives of, hold on. River Miles for 10. Ariel saved the lives of chillins all over the world, keeping them afloat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom Berry Master for 25. If G&G was the Brady Bunch, Jeremy would be Marcia, Jay would be Peter, Ryan would be Carol, and Mike would be, well, Mike.
Peter.
Why'd I be Carol?
Meek.
God damn
it. GJJ for 10. I was not a nerd. Then I stumbled across all your channels and figured out that I was as a late 40s dude. There you go. Thank you, GJJ.
Nice.
Look at this comment. Jeremy was awesome for doing that. I wish Jay would be awesome like Beardo.
Oh my God.
It's so random.
I mean,
It's so random.
Marksman of 117B said for $2 says, Corn Pop, where are you? Pop.
Corn Pop took over the show last week. Like,
Oh
that
my
was
God,
insane.
dude. He was
Like, that
so
was
fucked up.
insane.
It was so hilarious.
He's a bad dude. He's a bad
Yeah.
dude. He took over.
Marksman for $2 says, I'm not high. Thank you. Winter Ranger for 10. Conservatives must understand to preserve your culture, you have to be a part of it. You have to tell the stories and make the art. Otherwise, you cede that ground to people that hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Jay,
Marcus,
why are
Not
you
upset
upset?
at all.
Jay, can you cheer up, please? The chat's concerned
I've been
about
smiling
you.
the whole time.
It
Evil
feels like
smile.
a forced smile. Are you mad because legal mindset's here?
It is.
No,
It's
I like.
he
I like
is
it.
anti-asian. I get it.
Yeah.
Or-
The-
No, I
Trans
love
brown,
Asians,
trans
man.
brown now.
I've been to China many times. I love
Wait,
it.
Wait,
China.
you love China?
Those commies,
China.
are you
Oh my
kidding me?
God.
CCP.
I'm gonna shove you over the border when you get here. I mean,
Jay was supervising the
Senator
slaves
in
of
North
the Nike
Korea, man.
factory.
So Jay,
go see the slaves of the
if
South
you were
Korea
ever invited
Gibson's
on,
factory.
if you were ever invited on a podcast with Asians, would you go?
Probably.
Like any Asian podcast, you
Like
know
an
of?
Asian
Do you
podcast?
know? Do you know any
Do you know of any
podcasts?
Asian
know any?
podcast?
Can you identify one?
An Asian podcast?
Yeah.
My
I'm
God.
totally missing what you guys are
It's
trying
like
to say.
egg, like egg
Do you
roll,
know of
like
any
egg
Asian
roll.
podcast,
Oh,
Jay?
egg roll.
Oh my God.
God damn.
Podcast?
I was already on their podcast. So
Really?
That's why I didn't register. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Egg
They're Asian.
roll.
You remember that scene on like Friends when Chandler was telling Joey something and Joey's thinking and he's like, "Get there faster!" Like that's Jay. Like get there
I'm not
faster,
trying.
bro.
I'm trying to be good today.
He's trying to focus on not laughing.
You're derailing even worse than last week because
Oh, I
of-
like
I
it.
didn't
That
say.
I like it
All
that
right.
he's shutting the fuck up.
See?
Marksman for $2.
I ain't scared of Ryan, but we're trying to
You
get this
seems
over
like
with.
you are. It seems like you are.
Give me a freaking break.
Mm-mm.
Marksman for $2. Pop, pop, popcorn, corn, pop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Marcus Henry for 10. After what Ripa just had to do, he want everybody else to have what Disney has. After what Ripa just had to do, he want everybody else to have what Disney has.
I wish
How
I
you feel
knew
about
what
that, Ripa?
knew the content.
What? Like some sort of money? Like,
But don't you understand? It's perfectly clear.
No, I mean that makes total sense.
Hey, guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
And there might be like a typo or a missing word or something. I'll read it one more time though. After what Ripa just had to do, You want everybody else to have what Disney has.
Yep. See you later.
I'm trying to get what it could possibly refer to, but I don't think I quite get
AIDS.
It. Well, I haven't had to deal with AIDS. So.
Everybody gets AIDS.
No, but that's what Disney has. Everybody else had to say what Disney has.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I thought you said Ripa has AIDS. I was like, why would you?
Why'd I say that? He's not gay.
Thanks for clearing that up.
White Ranger for $10. The Marxists who control the culture don't care about making good products. They just care the product is made in their image. They want to separate us from our culture to maintain power. Thank you, Winter Ranger. Marksman for 2. Legal has normal nose, so best knows blue ribbon.
R.I.P. Mercado.
All right, here we go. He's talking about creating their own stuff and creating a parallel economy. So that's what he's thinking.
After what I guess he's referring to saying, like, I guess the other companies, I want like them continuing to fail is essentially benefiting us. Which in that case, yeah, of course.
Or
so there can be plenty of more Disneys, and that's gonna make me more money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Going through a lot of state bullshit. Okay, I get you. Talking about the Disney stuff.
Yeah. Like, look, man, with the Disney, it's funny mentioning that stuff, because I remember commenting on the Reedy Creek situation. Like, I would have loved, which leftists would have never had it. Like, I'm all about markets. So for me, I would love to where people that are business owners, as a guy that just went through all of this bullshit, would be able to build like on their own fucking property without having to go through the state. So as opposed to like saying, well, now you can't do it. I would have loved for the more preferable to me of the two options would have been like, okay, everybody can do it. Everybody can fucking it without having to go through us. Because holy shit, even out here in Texas, I mean, you can own the land, you can already have a build out for the shell of a fucking warehouse, and you can't build the interior of it until you get it approved by the fucking state. And then you got to get a certificate of occupancy, and then it's bizarre, man.
The founders did not intend zoning and permitting to be a thing. That is the last 100 years. It's BS, just like income tax.
Yep.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hey, before you go, Rolo, I know you're going to bounce so you can get everything set up. So
yes,
plug your channel.
All right. You can find myself and my wife, Joe, on Locked and Loaded Latinos. We do a political and Second Amendment podcast every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We also stream video games in order to change the narrative in the gun community and those old stodgy conservatives. So if you want to watch a couple of based folks, come and check us out. So I'll be back in a few for Fortnite.
Yep. Where are you streaming? On Play or?
It's going to be on Play. Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'll stream on Play.
All right.
See you guys later. Nice meeting you, Andrew.
See you, Rolo.
See you. Pleasure, brother.
Take care, guys.
Have a good one, man.
Steven Wasik for 10. Ryan, watch your video about Top Gun Maverick getting trashed as propaganda. What do you want to bet these motherfuckers protesting my imperialism have Ukraine flags in their bio? 1,000% they do. Mav Dick for $2.
Look at you.
Krista is fine. I can get her citizenship.
So I'll be Mrs. Mav Dick.
Oh no, she said it. Holy shit, she said it.
God damn.
Krista Mav Dick has a nice ring to it.
Oh no. Oh, that's a big win for
It's
Mav
fine.
Dick.
That's the whale, the name of the whale. It's fine.
Moby?
Yeah.
Moby Dick?
Yeah.
Chat's going crazy.
I'm tired. Okay.
Somebody finally has a clip of Krista saying the word dick, and now some people are
Like,
gonna like.
oh
play
shit!
it.
I clipped it. It's in the hands of Jesus and the AI now.
Ooh, lovers.
Marksman for $2. $2 corn pop. 2 popcorn pop. Popcorn. Hello. Frank Zonka for 10. I was surprised how much I was entertained by the Super Sons animated movie. Check it out. Also, Jeremy, wanted to make sure you saw my email about Project Destiny Aurora.
Yep. I will read up and follow up with you, man.
Tendu Kiryu for For 10, conservatives who reject alternative lifestyles, pop culture, are part of the reason they fail. Anime is my passion. I have no desire for kids or marriage, but I'm anti-woke as they come. Love you guys. Thank you, Tendo.
There's a lot of based weebs. You know what's funny? My second highest, like if I do a type of stream other than law, if I do anything on anime, it is like one of the top streams I ever have, like period, hands down. And the funny thing is, for so long, if you go to comic book cons and everything else, there's all this woke content. But like, if you just want to get into just the history of it, you know, the real stuff that was going on, like people really want to learn about that. They want to learn about the art process. They want to learn about the animes. They want to learn about good stories. They don't want to hear about this woke shit. So there's a huge market out there for content creators that want to talk more about anime. I think that's a giant gap.
Speaking of which,
it looks like you have like a spider on the side of your head, Ryan. That's your hair.
Oh, my hair came down.
Look at that.
Speaking of which, this Thursday, go check out Weebs and Waifus.
I guess
go ahead,
fan
Mike.
was hitting it. I was
Go
like,
ahead, Mike.
This Thursday,
I think I've just
go
shook
check
it. I
out
don't know.
Ivan Ortega on Weebs and Waifus. It's a good channel. We talk about anime. All people, casuals, if you've never watched any anime, to hardcore people, there's always something for you on that channel. There's some really cool stuff. Ivan's worked hard at it. Chris occasionally appears on it. So yeah, it's a good time. And yeah, there's always something fun to talk about there.
Yeah, Ivan and the Weebs and Waifus crew have done a great job. That's the Geeks and Gamers anime channel. So if you guys are interested in that, please go check it out. Subscribe to that channel. Also, Geeks and Gamers Tabletop is doing really good. So
just had a really good episode. It was a good time. So yeah.
You ever do D&D, Andrew?
Oh yeah, we used to think D&D was kind of basic bitch shit, so we made our own version that was a little bit more based. So
Hell yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Ricado was on for a long time over on G&G Tabletop. So if you ever want on, let me know.
His gaming is trash. I'll be happy to join you guys sometime.
Really?
Yeah, coordinate with my hit me up. Time zones are weird, but
no, for real. Yeah, hit us up because we've been looking for a fifth, so on our channel.
Yeah, I'll roll with y'all.
Oh shit, Rudai, where you at? I know he's in the chat, probably happy. So we'll see. We'll get to that though. So I'll talk to you about it, Andrew.
Cliff for $2. Mandalorian is just sci-fi fetch quest. The show.
Yeah.
I think season 1's fine. Everything else trash. Ice Kangs for $10. They can leave Brendan Fraser alone. He used to be a heartthrob with a six-pack, but apparently he's been drinking too many six-packs and eating too many Twinkies these days. Let him enjoy a win. Yeah, he was kind of fat there for a while. They didn't want him to be... Jay's got a Brendan Fraser story. I wish he could tell right now.
Yeah.
He laughed. He finally laughed.
I can't share it though. Not yet, anyway.
He laughed when I pulled up the fucking.
I
dude
met
jerking
Brendan
off
Fraser last year, several cities. We had a special moment.
This super chat's also.
I got news for you.
Is there an NDA involving this special moment, Jay?
Ryan.
Kinda, yeah.
Ryan.
I haven't seen shit from you yet, Dizzy.
Ryan won't read my super chat because I'm brown.
It's coming up soon.
Brown.
Might not know. I didn't because I don't see a profile picture. I just
now
see
that he knows, he won't read it.
I read Ice Kangs, so I'll read yours. Speaking of interesting names, Chris Benoit for $5 Canadian. Anyone looking to get fit? I've got a great Bowflex in my basement and have a training program that will change you. Yay?
I'm okay.
All right. Hayden for $20.
See you later.
Check out Achromatic Chronicles Blue. This is a paid advertisement. Oh, Ripa, when are we going to get some ISOM 2 news? Can't wait, bro. Andrew, thanks for being here tonight. Much love to the panel in the chat.
Happy to be here, bro.
I talked about it earlier today on my stream, like maybe a couple of months, because we got to get moved. Look, the bitch ass state taking so long to approve of that build out is what, it pushed it basically back a couple of months. So we still have to get moved in now. The contractors are working. We're trying to get it finished up. We think we can get everything finished to get us moved in by the end of not by April, but sometime in April. And then we'll get, like, I think the 10th they said, or something of that nature. So we got to get moved in. We got to get settled. We got to get the books received. We got to do all of that stuff, and then we'll launch it for sure. So that'll be the plan. So, we're looking at maybe 2, latest 3, but I'm thinking more 2 months. But we are going to have a mini campaign probably within the next few weeks with those special covers of ISOM 1 that we're finally getting out there, as well as some cool announcements for you guys as far as like some logistical upgrades and other cool stuff. So yeah.
And I'm just about $400 away from 60K.
Hey.
So that's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
Let's
go.
Pretty awesome.
Let's go.
Thank you guys. If you guys backed it that are in the chat, I really appreciate it. So
let's go.
Pretty awesome.
Brockatron for Canadian 550. Would you consider getting Owen Schroyer on TMNE or maybe FNT? His old Savage Facts vids are hilarious, and he's close with Alex.
Yeah, Owen's cool, man. So, look, at any point in time, I'm not just going to blindly say yes to anyone considering Friday Night Tights, but yeah, I would love to have conversations. I've watched Owen for a long time. I like Owen. He's cool as hell. So,
Gordo for 10. Epic Mike looks like a dollar store Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa.
Wow, that was a really fucking funny joke. Congratulations. Thanks for wasting your money. Yeah.
Look at Jay.
That wasn't funny.
I do like the dollar store Jason Momoa part. I feel like we could work on the punchline. I like that one. That's good.
Yeah, the punchline is really important.
Adam says, Andrew, do you plan on collaborating with Myron Gaines and Fresh anytime soon? It's
I knew
great
those
when you
guys.
collab.
I knew those guys beforehand. I've already collaborated with him if you've looked at them, and I do review some cases on his alternative channel. So I'll be down there to talk to those guys. I have a lot of friends. I had Rolo on my channel to talk about issues. A lot of issues that are impacting guys, and like the studies that have come out. Another big topic I talk about is just like dating in the situation for guys and how it's getting worse. The statistics are coming out. More and more guys are single in the U.S., just not dating, not engaging. So that's a serious problem that needs to be talked about.
It's so crazy how it can like make a podcast or a stream or whatever blow up if you just have a couple dudes on there and surround them with just really fucking retarded women.
And that's literally the template now. It's just like you just like get women and then have a podcast panel and
whatever podcast. Fresh and Fit's been doing it for years now.
What is that? What is
with
that?
Pearl, and you see it with the new ones, whatever podcast.
Yeah,
whatever podcast is great.
That one's came out of nowhere, at least for me. I mean, it's a big channel, but like I guess these clips have been just going super viral lately.
There's something that seems like
they're staying within the bounds.
There's
something they're staying within the bounds of the algorithm. So the issue is that I know Myron. I can say this. He's undisciplined sometimes, so he kind of says whatever and doesn't really care about the algorithm. But if you kind of know about it and know the no words, know how to game it, whatever's doing that. So whatever is able to kind of stay within the bounds. And yet get the viral clips, because it's those clips, it's those shorts that really drive your virality when you're getting those short little clips that just blow up to the top.
There is a scientific art to viral videos. Mr. Beast has perfected it. It's not an accident. He has studied it. He has perfected the art of it. I know people have said, oh, he has preferential treatment on YouTube. He was the most followed channel on TikTok last year too. There's clearly no connection with TikTok and YouTube in terms of them working together. So Mr. Beast he knows the formula. He knows the secret sauce, and there is a secret sauce out there, and some people are figuring it out. And yeah, shout out to Josiah. But Josiah's crushing it right now. But there is a secret sauce to it. So
Dizzy for $5, even though he's brown. Leave it to Disney to pull a Joe Biden. Royally fuck things up. See, I would always read that. John Yarber for 5. How much corn could Corn Pop pop if Corn Pop could pop corn? Corn Pop. I didn't know you guys liked it so much last week.
Dude, it was so good.
Dude,
it was so good.
Corn Pop was fucking killing it, man.
Big Mike Obama for $5. Trump voice. There he is, low energy Jay. That's what they call him. I never say that. That's what they call him. They say low energy Jay.
That's pretty good.
I'm a good Trump. I don't have a good Trump.
Sounded funny.
Yeah,
that happens to me all the time.
Well, the way Ryan low energy Dizzy super chat too. He just kind of was like, oh, yeah.
Well, no. So like, if you had said, here's what would have made it funnier, Dizzy. If you would have said, leave it to Disney to pull a Joe Biden and shit all over themselves, that would have been like more appropriate, right? Because anybody can fuck something up. Joe Biden shits his pants, you know. You'll get it next time. Sketch for $2. Jay, would you eat a raw Russian banana potato?
No.
Phantom Evil for $5.
You ask me that
shit.
every week. Every week I say the same thing. No.
Thank you. Kinnell's half chub on vacation for Aussie $5.
Wait, what? Hold on. What?
Kinnell's half chub on vacation
We got him.
for $5. Will Kimmel face backlash after that man show clip going viral? Which one? No.
Yeah, that was going viral a lot of times. There's probably
the one where he's like licking that woman's butt crack.
I think so. There's that one. Have you seen that one, Andrew?
I have not seen this. No.
So this was the one in his latest virtue signal, and people were dropping this clip of him. She was looking through like a telescope or something like over.
It's one of those, you know, at like New York City where they have the things you could pay a quarter and look.
Yeah,
Oh,
so she's looking over. Adam Carolla's standing there talking to her, and then Kimmel's behind her, just like pretending to
Pretending to
hump
fuck her,
and
pretending to lick her
ass,
asshole,
and of course this is the guy who the leftists decide is the moral superiority for all of us, who respects women and all this stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Jimmy Kimmel is trash. He is so far beyond trash, honestly.
No one's respected him for like the last half decade at least.
I know.
so.
I know. Yep.
I mean, I think, by the way, a lot of these guys that even I had some respect for, I lost all respect for during the pandemic because of the shilling they did for the jab, the shilling. And when they did it in such a full-throated way with none of the criticism, none of the wit, none of the stuff that they had before in the beginning of the career that you kind of respected them for, or even dealing it out evenly on both sides, saying, listen to the government and don't ask questions.
It's like they were paid by Pfizer or something. It's weird.
Weird. It's odd how that works.
As is wonky eyebrow for $2. Give Star Wars a Star Wars theory. Only he can make it great again. I wish they'd just stop making Star Wars, period.
I think it's so far damaged that I just don't know if I could even care, period, what they did. Again, as I've said, someone were asking me, and I said, there's no way that my answer would come true, so there's no point in answering. And they said, well, just still answer it. And I said, did they have to publicly fire Kathleen Kennedy? They have to publicly shame her, just like they did Gina. And then they have to put a restraining order against her that she can't come within 500 miles of a Star Wars production. And the only way she could break that is that if Donald Trump himself signed the approval. So she would have to get Trump's approval. That's the only way I would care about Star Wars again. It's never going to happen. So that it's just not. They're not going to do anything. They may make small adjustments to make people think that they care, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, if it gets bad enough, they'll just try to do Old Republic and see, try to build the hype on that, but they'll fuck that up too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solomon Sampson for 10. Calling all tabletop gamers, help us retake BattleTech. One of the most base gaming worlds is being usurped by the woke. Suit up, strap down, power up. This drop's going to be hot.
I have not gotten to BattleTech yet, but I know a couple buddies that play it, and yeah, they love it. So,
yeah,
BattleTech.
Ryan, you think I can play this clip of Kimmel?
Yeah, sure. Just
here. I
pause a little
just
bit.
found it. It's got 5
how long
million. It's 17 seconds.
Okay,
it's got 5 million views.
the lawyer
so,
came on. He's like,
yeah, here we go. So this is on the Man Show, and this is Kimmel. So this is the guy that respects women.
We can't.
Yeah, they forgot about that.
I'm not
show.
playing the audio. I'm not playing the audio. I'm not playing the audio. So now he's acting like he respects her suddenly. And of course, Twitter videos freezing up. So,
but see, here's the thing: they have Adam Carolla as a scapegoat. They can say this was all Adam Carolla's idea.
Yeah.
Everything was evil. Adam Carolla. They can push that off on him.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, he's just a piece of shit. He's one of the worst. Jimmy Kimmel's truly one of the worst because we remember the Man Show. And again, the Man Show was funny back in the day. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Man Show. It's the fact that this guy is acting like he's something different. And it's almost like that clip of iDubbbz that's going around right now on Twitter, where iDubbbz is basically shitting all over his audience. And he's like, oh, people used to come up and say words that you have to describe by the first letter to me. And it's like, you became famous for that.
Yeah,
that's what you became famous for.
5 fucking years ago, you were sitting on H3H's podcast saying it ad nauseum, letting him say it all he fucking wanted, sitting on your fucking channel with millions of followers, saying it as much as you fucking wanted, saying the most heinous shit that you could think of whenever you could. You made a fucking video about rice gum where you said it, and you're gonna fucking act like sitting on your fucking high horse.
That's an Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Rice?
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, it was a little racist. But and then he's gonna sit on his fucking high horse, throw his audience
That's
under the
true,
fucking
right?
bus.
Hold on. Gum?
Yeah, what?
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's too late.
Sorry
now,
about
Jay.
that.
I give it up. I give up.
Oh God, love
My bad.
Jay.
It just triggered like something. Rice gum. But he's
Yeah.
an Asian kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
It was the gum part. It was the gum part that keyed you into Asian. Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
WG on Streamlabs for $100 says, I would never pee on you guys. Just saying.
Speaking of which, I gotta get up and go.
Thank you, WG. Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy. WG is awesome. We appreciate WG. And that's all I'll say. We just appreciate the hell out of WG. And shout out to all those new members. We now have 84 new members tonight. 85 new members. 85 new members. So there you go. What happened to X-Ray Boy? Jay was uncomfortable with him being on the panel, so he had to get rid of X-Ray Boy.
Nothing to do with me.
We have a different Korean here.
Yeah, shout out to
It's too
Cogman.
many. It's too many. You can only have one token.
Shout out to Cogman. We love Cogman. Cogman's always doing something. Krista, what's Cogman up to?
He's always somewhere and busy. That's common.
Yeah, he's
life.
always traveling. He's
Yeah.
always doing something. Like
He'll be back on.
He's in the BTS band apparently, so he's got a lot going on. So
J-Doc for 5. What do you get for wearing Canadian Bear outfit for hours in hot Florida? Poached eggs.
Yeah.
Good one. Rabid for $2. Can Jay get corn pop on TNME? I
Yeah.
hope not. Let's see. Pyro Rampa for 5. I don't know about y'all, but Last of Us, the show, came and went like a fart in the wind.
And I stopped watching after episode 4.
Never
I know
saw
it just
a single episode.
I think it ended at 9, and so now I guess we get to lead up to season 2 with Big Abby Pump as your hookup. Can't wait.
Holla if you hear me.
Holla if you hear me. So I mean, I will be watching the second season to see what they have. I want to see whoever they cast as Abby. Holy shit, dude! It's gonna this person's gonna get so much hate. And again, it's probably gonna be Brock Lesnar or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was. You know, so I obviously I would
be Thomas. I think.
This is gonna be wild, bro. Best thing would be if they got the GameStop ma'am and just cast the GameStop ma'am as Abby. That'd be fun.
Would you call me Joel? It's
Dog,
me.
like,
Come here,
that person,
motherfucker.
like is rapping and doing all kinds of shit, like that the GameStop chick or they them or whatever the fuck.
Oh really?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, like not even joking. Like
What?
yeah, like that.
I do remember that they did a
they
misgender
did like
rap
a,
or
like
something.
rap video or something.
Oh yeah. You're right. I do remember that. I do remember that. Okay.
She's at least in entertainment, so give it a call.
Wanted to read this from Chris Benoit for 5.
My God.
Jay.
Execution shot.
No.
Jay, you're so low energy tonight. Reminds me of my kid and wife. Shaking my damn head.
No.
Holy shit, bro.
Oh.
Thank goodness I don't have a Bowflex in my house.
Oh no.
Plus, you were short.
I don't really get it.
You don't get it, Ryan?
It's fucking.
Oh.
I know you were kidding.
That's
Mac
rough.
Daddy-
That's a death threat, man. What the heck?
What?
Legal mindset. How can I handle that? Can I handle that?
No,
death
no,
threat.
it's not actionable.
It's like
I will
some
not handle
retarded
your claim, sir.
person just commented on my Brendan Fraser fat video from earlier today. That's like, wow, you're worse than woke people. I know you like bashing things, but to hear you call for the death of all fat people, I was like, you are
I
a
didn't
literal
catch the-
retarded person. I didn't call for the death of fat people. I did, however, say that if you're 600 pounds, you're probably gonna fucking die pretty soon.
That's it. You heard it. That's the fatwa from Ryan Kennel. From Ayatollah Kennel.
Mac Daddy for 5. Ryan kind of looks like if Beavis were a real person doing his best to look like Abraham Lincoln. Everyone picture Ryan with a top hat.
Hey.
Valeria Winter for $5.
I want to see him in a top hat too.
Swotor the Bounty Hunter class has a better story than the Mandalorian. I agree. Kizzy for 5. Look up Aragorn for a sneak peek into Magic the Gathering's Lord of the Rings edition. Mike, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, have you guys seen that?
Aragorn's black.
Yeah, they made him black. Yeah,
I've heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, Tolkien
Descended
never
from a
said he
long
wasn't
line-
black.
Descended from a long line of black Numenorian kings. Yes.
Yeah, they never said he wasn't. They never said all Numenorians weren't black. So, I guess-
Ironically, there are black Numenorians, but they just meant like evil.
Yeah.
They missed that line. They missed that line.
Yeah, it's very rough. Yeah.
Hayden for 20. If I never heard from Kimmel again, it'd be too soon. Colbert can go get more jabs. Was gonna say something else, but vaccine.
There you go. There you go. We know exactly what you mean, Hayden.
Yeah.
Rabid for 2. Did Jay just fart?
Nope.
Like
Stacey
at
S.
all? Like you haven't at all today?
Not during the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stacey
You don't sound
S.
too You don't sound too confident, but I'll accept it.
Okay, thank you.
Remember when the quartering farted on Tuesday night's main event and blamed it on
Blamed it on
everybody else?
Fucking blamed it on
He
me.
blamed it on a
It's
black
still fucking
man.
following me around. Yeah.
Like a stench?
Yeah, like a fucking
Like a crop dust.
No. Who farted? Screamed it out loud. We had to go back and replay. I don't care how big your channel is. You farted.
Stacey S for 10. I figured it out. Mindset looks like Cam from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole. I've done that one 4 different Halloweens. It's a great outfit for me.
East Coast Toasty Boy for 5. Just found out there are dragon mounts in Hogwarts Legacy. So hyped for it. Let's go. That's cool.
I didn't know about
Predator Magnus for 2. Eric has some white sauce in his beard. Yummy.
Yeah.
That shit's gay.
Super Mastermind for 5. Please force Ryan to play Cat Mario, a free game, I believe.
Cat Mario? What do you mean Cat Mario? Like Super Mario 3D World, Cat Mario's in it.
Ghost Rider for 5. Luke did bring normie fans back. Then the Gina canceling combined with woke interference from executives in the story messed everything up. I'm so like done. I'm really done with the whole like executive meddling in the stuff. Like this is what they made. This is what they were hired to make. This is what they're making. It's all part of the strategy at Lucasfilm. And like you're not going to have all this like anti-woke storytelling from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Like it's not.
Nope.
Fantastic Mr. Knox for 5. I'm fat and I enjoy the whale. Why Dove have to go like what Gillette did? Jeez. Yeah, I know. Gillette deciding, hey, fuck men, you know, are like probably our target demographic. Fuck them. Dove saying, trying to tell everybody that you're beautiful at every size. You're beautiful, whatever you do. No, beauty companies. I said this before. Jay made a good counterpoint. Yes, fat people have to use more soap because they're fat, but beauty companies should be trying to convince everybody that they're ugly as fuck and they need to buy everything possible to make themselves look better. Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Ginger Adventure for 5. I love Ripa. As a hairy-shouldered ginger, I feel represented. Bring back manly body hair. You don't care.
Jay, you okay, Jay?
A hairy shouldered ginger? I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Basically, be if they decided next race swap, if they race swap Wally West and cast Ripa, you're gonna get like a hairy shouldered ginger.
Yeah.
Wonky Man for 2. Black Lightning showed us the way. Umbra for 5. I still play Star Wars Rebellion and Empire at War. Empire at War is fucking fantastic.
Fantastic movie. Both games are great.
They're still updating Empire at War. I don't know if they're still doing Rebellion or not.
Hell no. It's horrible graphics. It's amazing.
Did you play in the same time frame that Rebellion came out was all of the X-Wing, TIE Fighter, X-Wing vs. TIE, X-Wing Alliance.
I
Those were
downloaded those
fantastic.
illegally on my school computer in the library to play during my honors reading time. That's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up.
Those games were awesome. And like the
Statute of limitations has run on that, by the way.
The effects for that time were insane. Like for the late 90s as a space flight simulator, it was nuts.
Fantastic.
Burb Shid for 5. That's the one you laugh at. Legal Mindset has a great haircut for invading Poland.
We're launching the Anschluss on a Tuesday after we eat the Wiener Schnitzel. Okay, just so you know.
Yeah, finally, someone that gets that more than I do on his stream. Cool video for 5. Love the show as always. Does Rippa know that Burke Bacharach died last month? I don't know who that is.
I don't either, but it's funny.
So Andrew, like one of the first episodes of Main Event, Rippa didn't know Sean Connery died. So now it's just like an inside joke. They're like, so people always bring up all these fucking people that died like all these years ago, and Rippa just like don't even acknowledge the shit anymore.
Hayden for 5. Jay Swalwell. What's been after all those Chinese comments? Predator Magnus for 2. G&G subbed out Black Mike for Samoan Mike. Can we get a haka?
Yeah, you got to keep the, you got to keep swapping the races around a little bit. Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your next race. Yep.
That's right. Keep transitioning.
Yeah.
Transitioning.
Yeah, next week I'll come in here with a bowl cut. Yeah.
I don't know if this is true or not. Modalicious for 5 says another spoiler. Brendan Fraser falls on his daughter and kills her at the end of The Whale. This ending makes me believe this and nothing else.
Please tell me that's real. I
didn't get that.
Is that real?
I don't know.
I didn't finish yet. I'm like 15 minutes, almost done.
Whale's about a dude who's lost his connection with his daughter and is trying to get her back. And I think he like had a gay relationship with like a pastor or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's gay. Yeah, I don't know.
Jay Schwalbach on Locals for 57.20. Hey, can you let Gary know my neighbor got his order together, but the sheriff is holding it because the neighbor also had 2 cases of illegal fireworks. Plus, his wife was found non-responsive and the 6 kids couldn't go to the Little Mermaid. Gotta love California. Hail all. And just a list of fucking drugs and shit of I guess this is a post. This is the police report. A lot of drugs. So Jay Schwalbach, such a fucking troll, and I love it. So shout out to you, Jay Schwalbach. Follow us on Locals if you have not. Geeks and Gamers Locals. You can go over there and post a lot of crazy shit. Sometimes I can't show the pictures. Jay Schwalbach posted a picture last week that had everybody excited on a cruise he was on. And I appreciate Jay Schwalbach. Just so everybody knows, Schwalbach's the guy who brought me a walrus penis bone to the Vegas meetup just so I could defeat Dan Vask in bragging rights with because Dan Vask had the whale bone. So he bought a walrus penis bone and delivered it in person to me. And he's just awesome. So crazy.
Dark Reality for 2. I got your blue milk right here. Fortune and Glory for 2. It's March 14th. Happy Steak and BJ Day.
Oh, I missed that one.
Crystal likes steak.
So,
any
Crab
comments
expert?
about the other part of that, or? Oh yeah,
she didn't even acknowledge it.
I thought it was Pie Day. Grim Poltakin for 5 pretends he doesn't know the name of the show and says, I told them I'd give them 3 hours, even though he begged to be on the show. What a douchebag. Yeah. I know. Like 3 hours, that's a long time to commit to be on a show.
It is.
Weston becomes a member, then gives 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Then Fantastic Mr. Knox gives 5 more. We have 96 new members, 4 away from 100 members on the night. Thank you, guys. Shout out to all of you.
Marcus Henry for 5. Love the barbershop-esque talk here. Things like shooting the shit, talking nerd stuff and culture. The only thing you need now is sports. We've got a channel specifically for that. Go check out
Called
Sports Wars.
Ryan runs it. It's got 140,000 subscribers.
That's right.
And you got 3 million views off of Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
In an hour. What? So 1 hour.
No.
The first hour got 1 million views, right?
Yeah, like 1.1 million in the first hour or something like that. Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, we thought he died. So
yeah, that was insane.
He kind of did.
Yeah.
Vealhammer for 5. Who's the weird guy in a suit in the middle?
Get out of here. Get back on my locals farm making memes. Who let you off the plantation? Who gave you permission? Back in the locals' minds.
I'm going to clip that. I'm clipping that one. That's be a good clip.
Lawrence DeWolf for 2. I find Lofty more intellectually honest than Gavin.
Lofty Pixels? Get out now.
I mean, guess what? Lofty's never whipped his dick out on a stream, so
that is true. That is true.
Well, hold on. You
His
gotta have
camera's
one
not
to whip
on.
it out, Mike.
yeah, that's true.
Fair.
Well,
Be fair.
we haven't seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Dan C becomes a member and gives 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. We are now over 100 new members on the night. Thank you guys. Fucking awesome.
Cypher for 2. Jay, our resident crab expert. What the fuck?
I don't even know what that means.
Chris is gonna meme you as a crab.
Talking
now.
about like the Little Mermaid, like the ghost crab thing.
Ghost.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Cool. Big Mike for 5. For Steph, my favorite big booty Latina.
Whoa. Cheating on AOC already.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, that was Big Mike Obama, so really he's cheating on Barack with a woman.
You guys want to see? You guys want to see what Krista does if you're like driving around with her? This is what Krista does right here. Right here. This is what Krista does.
Me and Jay, there's a bird next to Jay. Look at
Oh God.
That's me and Jay.
The more important thing is, do you hear the rumble of the engine?
You know what birds? You know what those birds are like doing by the cows? They're like eating flies and eating shit that's around them, making them clean.
You had a farm? I didn't know that.
I mean, it's a good grift, right?
It is a good grift.
So that's you and Jay, though.
I take the flies away from Jay.
Thank you.
Grempel talking for 2. Gavin was probably afraid of Ripa.
Rip was like, "You never said nothing to me." He's like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah, Gavin had just recently heard a Scott Adams video and was like, "Well, maybe I better be careful."
That's pretty good.
Marcus Henry for 5. Bruh, how's he gonna call you guys? What you guys are interested in is infantile, childish, yet he makes pee and fart jokes. Yeah, I know. And he had a baby dick. So, CJ for 5. Gavin posturing is a fake tough guy in lines, far more infantile than playing video games is. Thank you, CJ. Rabid 1 for 5. Legal mindset. How many ping pong balls did you catch on the Thailand trip? Hail corn pop.
Only 6 in my mouth. I'll guess where the other 4 were.
Oh, good stuff.
I can't wait to visit.
Does
you're
anybody
gonna have a great
know
time.
what that reference is? The ping pong ball reference?
You'll have to come to Thailand and find out.
It's a trick.
That's
It's a
2023.
Yes, it's a trick that some talented people can do.
Bro Mulus, and this was from earlier, Ryan, said $10, loving the new daily stream as I work from home. Here's some love. So thank you. And yes, we are doing now a daily stream here on Geeks and Gamers, me and Ryan talking about pop culture every day, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central for an hour. We just run through some of the more important topics in pop culture. So if you guys want to tune in for that, Monday through Friday here on Geeks and Gamers. So looking forward to seeing you guys every day. We've had a great turnout for the first 2 episodes, so I'm really happy about that. And then the Dasco says Magic the Gathering previewed their upcoming Lord of the Rings set. And let me just say that there's something a bit off about Aragorn. Anyway, love the Geeks and Gamers team and all that you do. Appreciate that. Samurai Vader.
Here it is.
To be Ripa, did you know Chris Benoit's family's dead?
No.
Oh.
Ah.
I'm glad I don't have to read this one. Scare me.
Samurai Vader for $3. Fucking $3. You make me read this for $3 Ripa, did you hear about Uche? Said the N-word live on a gaming stream. It was funny. Jokes aside, RIP Uche. So
Jesus.
God
RIP Uche.
damn.
Samurai Vader has no fucking line he won't cross, but I got to read the
Fucking
super chats.
Well, damn.
Taker 610. Disney originally wanted Lizzo for Ariel, but then they found out there was already a movie called The Whale. Also, Gary booking a guest named Johnson for the week after Gavin is a bit risky. Jeremy, isn't Nick Carter under the hat? Isn't Nick Carter under the hat? Is he? So that is pretty funny. Benny will be on Friday Night Tights. I'm really excited about that. Benny is awesome. Benny's, been in contact with me and Ryan for a while now. He's a great dude, man. So I'm looking forward to that. So it's gonna be awesome.
XSL for 5. Ripa, make a video about your routine and how and why you do them, then record yourself going through it. I wish to be like you, including darker skin.
Yeah. You can't get that.
What the fuck?
That's not gonna happen. There's no, I mean, I guess there's some people trying to do that shit, but
I've seen a couple people go the other way, so I assume.
Richard Dolezal.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
John King should try it.
We got a $3 from Jay's Dumpy, and the message is, "I'm feeling swampy."
My Jay's Dumpy.
Jay's Dumpy.
Your ass, Jay.
No, it's actually kind of cold here, so I'm okay.
Erperin says,
I got lots of powder.
I hate that they race swapped Ariel in the name of doing it for little black girls when they won't change anything in the parks. What will those little black girls think when they go to Disney and she's a white redhead? They don't really care.
Yeah.
They don't really care. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
Rabid 1 for 2. Speaking of nasty crabs, Jay has a new book.
Jay, do you
and thank you so much. We are less than $400 away to 60K. Thank you guys so much for backing. 771 backers, only 6 days left on this one, and I appreciate it. So thanks for the promo. I don't have crabs.
Marcus Henry for 5. Gavin's a boomer con. As a young con, I can identify one when I see it. Marcus Henry for another 5 said, Lauren Southern said that while facts don't care about your feelings, it's true you can't negate heart. Emotion's what drives so many people. Yeah, she put a video out in response to kind of the conversation surrounding Matt Walsh and how harsh he's being towards, some of the criticism towards the trans community, all that stuff. There's an interesting video about how, responses can be masculine or feminine, and a very masculine type of response is to say, no, fuck you, you're an idiot, you're hurting yourself, I'm never going to let anyone do that to anybody I care about, I'm going to put an end to this now. And that people with a kind of female brain don't respond well to that necessarily, that kind of thing. So it was an interesting take on the topic that's out there. I usually feel you should be aggressive with these people, but not every person should be reacting the same exact way towards it, right? There's a reason we have all these different ideas and all these different ways to speak about it and go about it.
Yep.
But there's nothing wrong with the way, I think people like Matt Walsh or people like Ripa, handle things like that with very blatant, blunt, honest truths. Slaglust for 5. Brittany Venti looks at Holly Bailey and goes, damn, you got the Hammerhead title now. Thank you, Slaglust.
God damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Big Mike Obama for 5. This might sound kind of racist, but the worst people on the planet are Subaru drivers. Just saying.
Didn't know where Mike was going with that one.
Anvac for 2. LMFAO, they CGI'd her chest. They got to CGI everything. Never Mourn for 5. Hey, y'all, did Ripa hear Michael Malice giving Eric July's independent comic book a shout out on Joe Rogan? Shame he only said it made something like $100,000.
I know.
I did see that.
That was funny.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, we got to get Rip on Rogan. That's what we got to do. That would be a hell of a good conversation right there.
Fuck yeah.
So that'd be good. So
that would be sick.
Yeah.
Cliff for 5. When the Little Mermaid remake was announced, there was a rumor Gordon Ramsay was cast to play the chef at Prince Eric's castle. To be honest, I'd watch that. That would be funny. Bodalicious for 2. Still no Hank Pym pimp slap. No balls, Disney. Yeah. Daryl Greer, is Ryan falling asleep tonight? I wish. The Tog OG for 5. Jay, bought 2 copies of your book for my kids. They better beat out Plants vs. Zombies books. Also better be up there with Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
A lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
Slaglust for 5.
Sorry.
At least they're wasting a nobody like Kang for this woke time period when they go back for what works in a few years, Galactus. Ear-Elephant for 5. Also see Andrew on the show. He's one of the top 15 to 20 Korean YouTube lawyers. His contemporaries include Legal Eagle and Eagle Bites.
Flip the table. Flip the table right there. That's the one.
Oh, man.
Take Care for 2. I thought Cocaine Bear was a sequel to Bros. No? Terminator Joe for 5. If Marvel wanted a powerful, diverse character, why they never mentioned Blue Marvel? He's black originally, way stronger than Captain Marvel.
Because they don't actually care about these things.
And I don't know if they like Kevin Grievous either, who's a creator. Big shout out to Kevin Grievous. He's a big time supporter of the Riververse, creator of Blue Marvel, man. He's awesome. Good dude. All around fucking good dude.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till you see what they do to the Punisher. It's gonna be really fun.
Terminator Joe for 5. Marvel, I fucking said that. Raven Nevermore for 5. Thanks for checking out A Drink with Crazy. He's still pushing new creatives every week. For those that haven't, check him out. Thanks, Raven. Slade Lawton for 2. Ripa, did you know Admiral Yi Sun Sin died?
I don't know who the fuck that
is. I believe he's some like, it's some old ass fucking like Korea or Chinese or some shit from like
Korean, a
hundreds
famous
of years
Korean
ago.
admiral. Yes.
There you go. Like hundreds of years ago. He's dead now, by the way.
Yeah.
Kinnell's half chub on vacation for 2. Are you guys over zombies yet? I am. Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of a dead genre. If you know what I mean?
Oh my god, that was terrible.
BFSD for 5. I'm curious, Mike, about Epicverse. Are y'all gonna do 1-hour movies for YouTube like Channel Awesome used to do back in the day when they were still relevant?
There's gonna be a lot of different types of content. There's gonna be shorts. There's gonna be some features. There's gonna be all kinds of things. Sketches, things like that. So we'll have like a broad plethora of like type of content for people to check out. So, but
that answers your question.
Yeah.
Sassmatas for 5. Send Ryan with Weebs and Waifus to Tokyo, mainly because I want to see if his restaurant order gets messed up domestically and internationally.
That was it. So we just released our world's biggest McDonald's vlog here on the main channel. You guys really seem to enjoy that. I probably would have got 100,000 more views if I just would have made a fuck Brie Larson video. But hey, whatever. It was fun and it was good content. But the number one thing was we need Ryan to see if they mess up his order. We want Ryan there. So yeah, Ryan's going to be there for the next time we go to a restaurant.
Alex Slusher for 5. I told ChatGPT to give me a scenario in which Disney and Lucasfilm apologized to and rehired Gina Carano. Did they do it?
Oh, yeah. I was hoping we'd get an answer. So what up, Alex? What up, Alex?
BS Warren for 5. Mike, I think you got some dingleberries in your ponytail.
Yeah, you remind me to do a better job of cleaning up her floor.
Bird Up for 2. Corn Pop for 2. Thank you. Joe's Atmosphere for 2. 25th Hour is the best Ed Norton movie ever.
It's really good. But it's American History X.
Nobody liked The Lost Dragon. Was it The Last Dragon? The Last Dragon?
You talking about the
Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, yeah.
Red
Dragon. I was like The Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon.
Yeah. My bad. I got the name wrong.
Red Dragon.
Sketch for 2. Jay, would you eat a raw red thumb potato?
No. No potatoes, man. No raw potatoes. No.
Harry Brownhole for 2. Don't use Dove, but now have a bunch of companies to avoid. Sketch for 2. Jay, would you eat a raw Jewel Yams potato?
No.
Jesus for 2. Krista, can you say hi chat in your deep voice?
Hi chat.
Good God Almighty.
That sounded like too demony. It didn't sound like your trans
that wasn't like
Oh,
Hi chat.
Oh yeah,
There you
that's oof.
Kendall Zafchub on vacation for 5. Do you think Frasier is together enough to make another Mummy film? For enough money, someone could get him there.
Yes.
Fantastic Mr. Knox for 5. Druckmann should hire Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter as Abby's daddy, Big Daddy Pump.
Oh yeah, have you seen?
Yeah, because Jamie Lee Curtis's
him?
daughter is a trans person.
Ah.
Stacy S
Big.
for 10. Epic Mike has a beautiful mind. Stay awesome, Epic Mike.
Thanks.
He's so used to not getting. He's used to being roasted that he got a compliment. He didn't know how to
It's gonna
take it.
follow. It's gonna follow up like for a retarded person.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, for 2, yeah.
DJ Nutsack for 5.
Oh, sorry.
Was he supposed to?
He went off camera but didn't fucking mute. Just cackled right in the mic. DJ Nutsack for 5 says Meek. And then Ryan, your forehead is looking good. Thank you. Darius Harvey for 20. Was the last guest hostile or something? Last guest.
I think they're referencing Gavin probably.
To my Gavin?
They didn't see it. They didn't see it. Yeah.
If you didn't see Friday Night Tights, we had to private the stream because our guest Gavin McGinnis, in around the 3-hour mark, stood up and basically pulled his dick out and pissed on camera, right in front of everybody.
I still think it was fucking fake.
Clearly, if it wasn't fake, I don't know what type of drugs he was on to actually want to pull that small thing out. So I had to imagine it was fake. But regardless, we had to private it for YouTube terms of service. The word is that it was so small, YouTube couldn't see it anyway to violate rules. So either way, we're in the clear. So
there you go.
Hayden for 2. Also, hi, Mike.
What's up, buddy?
CJ for 5. Ripa, why are you arguing with male Meghan Markle on your stream?
Male Meghan
Markle.
Means a mixed
Oh,
race.
light skinned motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. I got you.
Mike.
That makes sense. I didn't know you were
Makes us
going.
look bad.
with
Like just stop.
Well, you're darker than Meghan Markle. That chick's
That's
white.
true. But I'm just like, if you're a light skinned dude, just like, and you got a problem, just shut the fuck up and leave Ripa alone, okay? Because I'm sick. I don't want to hear it.
You're ruining the bad name of light-skinned black people.
Yeah, it's already hard enough out here. All right, just let it go.
Hayden's got a request for Andrew. Andrew.
Yeah, not gonna happen, but nice try. Not try. Off stream, sure. Yeah.
It's just a 4-letter sensor. It could be anything. Could be pull your nose out or something.
Yeah, you know,
pull your
Nose?
ears out because they're under your headphones.
Mhm.
Sophie for 2 just tuned in. What the hell's happening with Ryan's hair?
It's kind of losing it. Like it's slowly
Her cornrows and it
deteriorating.
started doing it itself. It's like.
XSL for 5. I want to help Jay and others without further supporting Google. Does anyone know his OnlyFans username?
Jay.
That's private.
Taters Vivo for $5. Jay, I'm a family-friendly guy who doesn't swear. Ryan, thank you, Trans Griggs, Mav Dick, and Harry Brownhole. Jay, blah ha 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 ha.
I think it's funny.
Samurai Vader for 15. Okay, here. I guess I never know where the line is, or at least not until I hit it head first. Also, who's Chris Benoit? I hear he's a family man. There you go. God damn it, Sabra. I did Butter Biscuit. What up, Butter Biscuit again?
Butter Biscuit?
Been loving the Daily Show. Should call it Geeks and Gamers in the morning. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of throwing some names around. I mean, Geeks and Gamers Daily. I like Geeks and Gamers Morning Glory. Morning Wood, that's really good.
The Morning Glory one to me sounds like a 50-year-old named it. I don't know.
It's arrogant on purpose. Like we always are. We're ironically arrogant. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Morning Wood's good. I'm not gonna name it Morning Wood, but I do think it's pretty funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
It could be an episode.
Yeah.
Huh?
It could be an episode name.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Not
could.
yeah.
Hello, my N-words for $1.49. Thank you. Doesn't say anything, thank God. Kinnell's half chub on vacation for 2. What would your drag name be?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't even know how to make. I don't even know how to make a fucking joke out of that because I'm so detached from that fucking world. I don't even know what a funny.
I don't know. Whatever the drag name is for shoot myself in the head, probably.
That's good.
I don't know.
Mine would probably
think
be
about theirs though.
Mine would be Gavin McGinnis. So that'd be mine. So I think it'd be a good one.
Darius Harvey for 10. Oh wow, sorry that happened, y'all. Guessing he won't be back ever. Yeah, I hope not. Chris Benoit for 5. I do anything for my family. 4. Or sorry, no, hold on. I messed the super chat up. I'll read it again. I do anything to my family. 4. For my family.
Fuck hell, dude. You guys are on another level tonight. Jesus. Last week was bad enough. It's just getting like we're slowly deteriorating into Nick Rekieta's live stream. That's essentially what we're doing.
You don't want to go there. That is a shadowy place. We do not go there.
It's a very dark place. Yeah.
We got to keep this shit to locals, okay? Like it's like we're on YouTube still, so we gotta maybe over in locals we can go there. All right, we're getting at that line where we gotta.
Just me that reads them. So Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 2. We need to see Ryan with cornrows and a grill. Yeah, got 30 down at the bottom, 30 more at the top. Joshua Martin for 2. Rippo, what was the end result with Angry Joe?
Have we announced this yet, Jeremy?
I mentioned it on a live show. I think I mentioned it on Cobra Cast. So
we had a conversation with him.
Me and Rippo got on the Discord call with him.
For a little bit.
About 40 minutes. About 40
yeah,
minutes.
About 40
I had to bounce because I had to go on Camelot stream. So we probably would have went for another couple of hours away.
Yeah, we were just kind of discussing things, and that was really about it. That happened out of that. I would still like at some point to get him definitely in a live setting of having a conversation about certainly that whole ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would like it to happen because I do think that, and I told him that off stream, so I'm not like being dishonest here. And obviously Jeremy can attest. I think he doesn't really understand the arguments of people that are generally on our side of the aisle as it pertains to like those specific topics. I don't think he understands them at all. I don't think he even tries to be completely honest. I think that he has a kind of a warped way of how he views us in terms of what our positions are.
Yeah, we had a discussion, and he was all for talking, which I fully appreciate and respect because that's such a rarity with people that say the things that he's saying, and so we had a good talk. He insisted that it was me and Eric there, so he didn't want to talk to just one or the other. He's like, I want to talk to both you guys, so I'm like, all right, that's cool, and so I think there's definitely there was definitely a good conversation, and there was some back and forth from me and Ripa towards him, and ultimately maybe at some point we can set something up or we can do something live together, and but overall all good, and yeah, he definitely does not kind of understand our side of the equation. I mean, like point blank, I don't want to go into too many details of the conversation. It was a private conversation. I did get his permission. And I was like, hey, do you mind if I tell people we talked? Because I don't, if we're having a private conversation, it's private conversation. He's like, yeah, you can tell people we talked. But he was just like bringing up the wokeness and all that. And I'm like, he's like, and I said, dude, do you have any idea like who Ripa is? Do you have any idea? Like the other day, I was like 2 weeks ago or about a month ago, I ratioed the fuck out of Jack Posobiec because Jack Posobiec said that the Tulsa King was woke, and I ratioed the fuck out of him because there's nothing woke about the Tulsa King. So no, I don't believe everything is woke. What I do believe is a lot of the shit that's coming out of Hollywood and entertainment is woke, and we call that out, and our audience and our numbers represent that. Like, so little stuff like that. But overall, man, I've been watching Joe for a long time. I haven't watched him a lot recently, but he's an OG, and that's cool. It's just he's another dude in the big scheme of things, but been watching him a long time. So it was a good conversation overall, and I think it could be an even better conversation if it was done in front of all of the audience here on a live stream. So maybe that happens, maybe not. So it was good. But that's it. That's the last of it. I haven't spoken with him since, but that's the last of it. So
JM the Elite fan over on Rumble for 5. Jay's right. Chad is the real MVP. Y'all killed him last week, just like Chris Benoit killed his. You know what? Never mind. Thank you.
Hell.
Dead Fool on Odyssey. Jeremy and Ryan, I believe why Dove's angry at Brandon's because they're owned by Unilever, and Unilever sells Ben & Jerry's and Magnum as well as soap.
Yeah.
And they need the lie of beauty every size so they can sell both. And also, instead of Oscars, Babylon Bee has an alternative. And he linked a video there. Thank you. And then Jane the Elite fan for 5. Hey, Ripa, did you hear that Squidward's hopes and dreams died? R.I.P.
Ripa just looks
so
miserable
fucking
when
out
those
of
come
pocket, bro.
What the fuck is going on with Ryan? Like, you're just falling apart on me tonight, bro.
What are you talking about?
Look at
It's
this
just my
motherfucker.
freaking
There.
thing.
I know, but like your hair has been everywhere. This is embarrassing.
I feel like shit. And where are all these fucking super chats that have just
You're at the
come in?
bottom, like of the members, so you don't have to go back and forth.
Of the members? Okay.
Well,
All
see you
right.
later.
I
Hayden
see
just
him
dropped
now.
another 20 memberships. Hayden dropping memberships for everybody. 123 total tonight. Thank you, Hayden. Holy shit. And
MVP.
again, for if you guys missed it earlier, here as soon as this stream ends, we're gonna be live playing Fortnite over on Twitch and on Geeks and Gamers Play
I
YouTube.
want
So
cookies.
and Chris wants cookies. Can somebody send cookie money, please? It's not like I have not made enough in super chats tonight, so please send cookie money.
All right. Commoner became a channel member. Shaker Maker, member for 12 months, who's finished audiobooks for Lord of the Rings. What an amazing story. Something desperately needed in modern entertainment. I bet Aragorn wasn't black in that one. Mike Hill, member for 24 months. Such a sore loser move by Angela Bassett. She could have done a fake clap instead, just sat there pouting. We talked about that today. Warwick of Legion Cast, member for 11 months. Hail G&G, thank you. Valkyra Winter gifted 20 memberships. You guys see that earlier?
I didn't see that. Who was it?
Valkyria Winter.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Thank you. And yeah, I didn't see that one. That's one that slipped by me. So that's 123 total memberships. Thank you for that. Do you have monkeypox, Ryan? Something you want to tell us?
Yeah. Not that I know of. I don't usually interact with gay people, so probably not. War Machine gifted 5 Geeks Gamers memberships. Thank you. Nadrigal, member for 11 months. Ready to laugh my ass off. Let's go. Slade Lawton becomes a channel member. My super chat gave me an idea. Ryan and Jeremy, without using internet search, name 3 active hockey players not named Crosby, Ovechkin, or Kane. 3 active hockey players.
Active? I can't do active. If it was all time, I could name some. But I've said this. I followed hockey for literally 1 season in my life, and that was the year that Pavel Bure and the Canucks. I think they faced the New York Rangers and Mark Messier, I think that year, but because Pavel Bure was the Russian Rocket and Mark Messier was at the New York Rangers. And that's the only time I've ever followed hockey. And it was a cool season, but that's it.
All right. There's, I can't fucking put their names because I don't fucking remember. I don't watch hockey. But the kid who's like the fucking, he's an incredible hockey player. He's really fucking young. And he was the #1 overall draft pick like 4 years ago. but I can't tell you his fucking name. There's the dude who refused to wear the gay shit. So shout out to him.
What was even the question? I'm just like
Three current
active
hockey
players.
Oh well, shit.
That aren't named Sidney
Ala
Crosby,
Sagan,
Alex Ovechkin, or
Fuck
Kane.
Here's some money for cookies and hookers right there. Cookies
I
and
haven't
hookers. Have fun with
No
that.
complaints.
What's the
Krista? Krista?
I don't know any of these fucks.
Ed Buford.
Oh,
Brendan Morrow.
hang on a minute.
Brett Hull.
She's gonna Google.
No.
Darren Hatcher.
Gosh.
So there's somebody called McDavid or something. Is Connor McDavid? Is that a name of
Oh.
all right, so
it was on me.
So I think Connor McDavid, I believe, is the one that
Ryan's
I'm
taking
thinking
this
of.
way too seriously.
I'm
Why
trying
are
to
you
answer the
so
question.
Like,
Just let it go, baby.
No. There's a black dude. His name starts with an S.
There's a black dude.
There is.
There's one.
This is not okay. It's just not.
Yeah. Canceled.
I don't know.
I don't know. I could probably name more hockey teams than Krista, even though she's Canadian.
Montreal Canadiens. Toronto Blue Jays. They suck.
Just say Brett the Hitman Hart and be done with, because that's the greatest Canadian to ever live.
Yes.
Better than Drake.
Well, that's true.
Let's see. 5 picoseconds. Remember for 11 months. Just want to say, Jeremy, you're absolutely on fire Friday. Hella based.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's see. Flash. I thought you were a channel member before. Maybe just re-up. Thank you, Bruce. Lord Bibby says, much love to all you beautiful nerds. You're killing it. Shout out to my personal hero and mentor, Ryan. You the man. You're welcome.
Lord of the Rings nerd for 10 says, here's your cookie money, Krista. You better not eat them all, Jay. Hey, Ripa, did you hear John Hurt died?
I'm not in the house.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Soldier Spirit member message. My channel, Vets Talking, was officially monetized today in honor of making that announcement here first. Thank you all.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
and honor
Congrats.
making that announcement here first. Thank you all. That is awesome. Hell yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
I said congratulations.
Good job, Jay. Discount superhero $5 for cookies.
Thank you.
Mike Hill, this
Yay.
should help Krista get cookies. Lisa Mike Self says, Ryan, you look perfect. Don't take anyone's crap. Chris R. The truth is that Andrew already pulled it out, but he gamed the system when he became Asian.
Because he's a good gamers. That's why. Yes, that's the reason.
Oh, Gung Ho Max says, my son went to sleep over at his friend's house.
Oh, fuck.
Daniel Benoit. His dad, Chris, really wants to hang out. You motherfuckers. Hello, my N-words. The N-word obviously stands for nerds, but I get how Ryan would make that mistake. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Drew Barrymore kneeling to that Dylan on live TV, shaking my head. Yes, I'm going to cover that on D-Day Cobra tomorrow on Cobra Cast. Kyle Denson, the greatest debate of all time would be if Ripa debated the light-skinned guy who calls himself amazing about the topic of reparations. Yeah, I mean, I don't think
already debated him. It didn't go well.
Yeah,
the guy you're referring to.
Same here. I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. So,
Yarmir Yager isn't still playing, is he?
Yeah, damn, Ryan, let it go. Fuck. Let it go, bro.
There's got to be some goalies we know.
Where did you stop on these super chats?
What about Mark? What about Marc-Andre Fleury? Does he still play?
Why the fuck is he still worrying about this shit? We got.
I want to name
chats
3.
to
That's
read.
not that many.
We have
5
super chats to
picoseconds.
read.
Member for 11 months. Says just want to say, Jeremy, you're fire on Friday. I think I said that.
Sorry, I'm all mixed up.
Why?
Full Metal Bash. The best part is the crab is a species that only stays on land. Here's WG. I think we said those 10 memberships.
Yep, we did.
Blue with
Yeah,
5 memberships. Good Wrench gave a membership. Dean H gave a membership. Weston became a channel member, and Weston gifted 5. Dan C, welcome. Feta JC, welcome. BS Warren, Mike, you know you're a rock star. Stay gold, bro.
Kizzy says, Ryan, what dinosaur has the most teeth?
I don't know.
You want to spend the next 30 fucking minutes trying to figure it out like you did the hockey question?
But that's like an impossible question for me to like answer. I know some hockey players that play. I just can't think of any.
Shadow Goof says, "Hey,
I
Andrew,
see why he pulled it
does
up.
PK Subban still play?
I see why he asked that question. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Does he?
Hey, Andrew. Fair warning: if you hang out with and Jay, if you and Jay hang out, make sure he doesn't open any doors for you. We can't afford to lose you."
What's the lore there? Am I missing that one?
Yes, there's
Nothing?
yes. Krista, you want to give him a quick version of Jay's opening the door story? Cats. Do you
Oh my
remember
gosh. So Jay said that he once had a cat, and he said that cats are cool because when they want to die, you just have to open the door for them, and they leave and they go die.
leave and they
That was
just walk out
his.
the door and go die.
Yeah.
It's not exactly how it went, but
That's some dark shit.
Exactly how.
Yeah, so we found out that Jay has a
no,
has
because
just
there's a
had-
video that's like 10 minutes long. You said it in 20 seconds.
Yeah, Jay has a bunch of cats. When they get old, he just opens the door and
I
kicks
have
them out
no
the house.
cats.
Well, no, not now.
The door has been left wide for a while.
Yeah, they just lay around and they just want to die somewhere. So just let them run outside. and
Yeah,
just
he's
don't
like,
ever come
great
back.
thing about cats is that when they get old and you just open the door and they just leave and go to die. And we're like,
I'm
what the
past all
fuck? What is going on? It was such a weird story. It's on the Clips channel somewhere.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's in private chat.
Shadow Goof for 5. Andrew, fair warning. If we said that.
Sorry,
Open doors. Steven Wasik for 5. Nick streams aren't that bad. His Discord's another story, apparently. Sounds like Wild West. Emphasis on wild.
Degen territory, yeah.
Yeah. Spider Claw for 2. Krista, run to Ryan's room and help his hair.
Busy.
She's like,
Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Drew Barrymore kneeling to that Dylan on live TV, shaking my head.
There we go. Hang on.
You know what's cool about cats when they get really old? You can just like open the door, they'll like walk away and go find a place to die.
You talk like you're speaking from experience.
That's what happened to your snake.
Yeah. My grandma had an outdoor cat, fed it, and then one day we came over and we're like, "Where's Nikki?" And she just said it was old, just left. So it just went out and died somewhere.
That's the gist of it right there.
Just went out and died somewhere.
If you guys want to see that, that's on the Clips channel. So that's Jay. That's what's cool about cats. They just get old and they leave and go die.
I stand by my statement.
All right.
Shout out to Hijabi Gamer. Shout out to Hijabi Gamer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we did a bunch of those already. Marcus Henry for 2. Drake is the GOAT Canadian. Changed my mind. Unknown for 5. Cookie monies for Jay. Tom Berry Master for 25. Need to get better lighting for Krista. Right now she looks darker than Race Swap Mike. Her Italian heritage.
Sure.
Subhuman for 10. Krista, this should be enough to buy double stuffed Oreos, not regular.
Thank you.
Yeah, regular Oreos are for fucking.
He almost said it. He almost said it.
It's for gay people. DJ Nutsack for 5. Grifting Krista's cookie. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mike.
I just ordered them.
Yeah, you're cool. Rumble from Jamie the Elite Fan for 5 for Krista's cookies. Calm down, Chad. I'm talking about the ones from McDonald's. Marksman for 2. Legal. Don't let said that. Jay, don't let Jay open the door for you. T600 from Tiny Todd. Please play Women Running into Car, please. We'll end with that.
All right, hang on. Let me find it really quick. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Damn!
God darn, it's just brutal every fucking time, bro. Steph just can't handle it.
You think she
can't
lost
handle
some
Phone ringing, man. Like is that a car phone?
She can't handle it.
She hit that car so hard she sent everybody back in time.
I hear her from the other room laughing.
Are we done, Ryan?
Yeah, I said we'll end with that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
we'll
did we
end
get another
on
one that came in?
Fantastic Mr. Knox just sent one. Said, maybe I should send Krista some Tim Tams.
Tim Tams.
Tim Tams.
Timmies.
I'm sure she would be okay
That
with
weird?
that. Jonathan Coble says the moment Gavin said there was no storytelling in games, he lost all credibility. I bet he hasn't played anything outside of Space Invaders and Candy Crush. Should have kept farting in the mic. Thank you. All right, we're gonna end it here. This has been awesome. Andrew, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
Happy to have to be on, I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
dude, man, you've been great. It's been great. It's really cool. I mean, because like I said, me and him, we've obviously we're aware of each other. But like, he messaged me a couple weeks ago. He's like, "Hey, we should get you on," and it's been great. It's so.
The second I saw you had a thumbnail with a Murphy beard, I was like, "That we are simpatico."
We're
good.
Yeah, I love it, man. And you gotta own like the memes and stuff, man. And so like I've heard Tim Pool crying because he's like, "Oh, put Murphy beard on me." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'll put it on every thumbnail, me with a Murphy beard. It's funny." You know what I mean? God, the moment you tell the internet you're mad about some meme that they did, you're just gonna get memed even more. That's the rule on the internet. You never do that. Do that. But yeah, so give a plug one more time to any channel or anything you want to as we close this out.
No, you guys did it. Thank you so much for getting my second channel, Go East Gentlemen, to over 1K. Appreciate that. Also, my main channel is at 90.9K, so almost at 91K.
Ooh.
So if a couple more of y'all trickle into my main channel, Legal Mindset, will give me to 91K. But other than that, appreciate y'all. I'm on locals like all these based people because that's where you can speak the truth. Also over on Rumble. So I dual stream on Rumble and that. I'm planning to do more Rumble exclusives, but yeah, check out my locals or YouTube. But appreciate you guys for having me.
Nah, man, you've been fantastic. So it's been great. We really appreciate it. Jay, plug your Indiegogo real quick.
Yeah, Achromatic Chronicles Blue, trying to get to 60K. We're almost there. With over getting close to 800 backers as well. You're gonna love this story. I appreciate all the encouragement and love, and those that already backed the book already. And I think I'm going to be adding another stretch goal real soon. So we'll see if we can get to that as well. So check it out on Indiegogo. I know the mods will put it in the chat. And 6 days left here, unless we extend it another 20, which we might. So appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Good stuff. So we're going to be live on we'll be Geeks and Gamers Twitch, D-Day Cobra Twitch, Drunk 3PO Twitch, and Geeks and Gamers playing Fortnite here in about 20 minutes tops. So if you guys want to watch us play some video games, you can go over there and do that. You see Chris's perspective on Geeks and Gamers, mine on D-Day Cobra, Jay on his, and Rolo's on Geeks and Gamers Play. For the panel, everybody's been awesome tonight. Mike, you got anything you want to plug? Steph, Ripa, anybody?
Well, just go to epicverse.tv. Check us out on Twitter as well. And then also go over to 221B Tactical. If you click on the Geeks and Gamers link, there's also a little section called Epicverse. You can get a hat, get a shirt there, get our awesome Phoenix logo on there. You can also get the hat with this logo on it. There's two different ones, so go check that out. It's awesome time. Also, yes, Thursday, 1 p.m., is the new time for Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. Secrets of the Frost Maiden. We're having a blast over there. The party has gone completely evil. There's no pretense anymore. We're fucking villains, and we're enjoying it. Murdered an entire town for being a bunch of inbred hicks, and we'll probably continue to do things like that. So, yeah, go check it out. And, yeah, it's a good time.
Hell yeah. And Hayden, let's see right here, says legal mindset, illegal mindset, and Go East Gentlemen. Plug them all, Andrew.
Appreciate Hayden. Yeah, Illegal Mindset's my backup channel for BS, but yeah, definitely with Legal Mindset and Go East Gentlemen, definitely check out those channels.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Hayden. And again, thank you to everybody here. You guys have been crazy awesome tonight. As always, I told Ryan today, I just feel like momentum has completely shifted for Geeks and Gamers recently, and it's tangible. You can feel it. So thank you guys so much. Fucking love it. And other than that, we're gonna close it out. Anybody got anything to plug? Close it out. Anything?
Check out MetaPC. Use code GEEKS for a discount.
That's right. Obviously, you guys know where to find Ripa. If you want to see him making fun of fat people all day long, you can go follow him on Twitter. It's kind of his thing at this point. Like, for a guy who just made $4 million, he's just known for making fun of fat people at this point. So
hell yeah.
Making fun of fat people and retarded people. Great hobbies.
That's right. So let me see. Rolo's here. So no Rolo. I got another the one we usually use on all the other chats. I'll drop the link again if you need it. So but All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you all.
it. See you all live on gaming streams here in about 10 minutes. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.